Okay. Are we going yet? No, it's a little delay for some reason. There we
It's
go. Okay. Welcome everyone to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Marty. What's up, Marty?
uh
Yeah, well, at least
uh,
you didn't curse like I did. My initial reaction. I'm sure you saw.
well, do you want to know something? You know something really funny? A friend of mine, I went to see it in the cinema, and a friend of mine, um, was walking out, and he said, "Joe's just uploaded his reaction to the reality, or would you like to see it?" And there was lots of people walking out, and yes, your reaction was played in front of like 150 people.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Where in the theater? Not in
yes,
the theater.
yes, just as we were walking out, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
everybody was watching my reaction.
yeah, yeah. They could hear it. They could hear it.
That's
So
hysterical.
look, uh, I seen your initial reaction. Now I haven't been. It's been a while, 24 hours, because I've still got 286 messages on my phone that I haven't opened.
Well, I
Uh,
have come to a new conclusion, by the way, since
yeah.
that. Okay,
Um,
so
so I
Sharon. Okay, let me just jump in. Sharon
yeah.
has been heavily trying to be an influence for me to not give up Doctor Who, for me to be as much as I was before, and she kept telling me I'm not wrong in any way in my stuff. So she's been Whovian therapy. But yeah, say what you're gonna say.
Um, I've seen your initial reaction. Now I haven't watched the previous casts, but from what I could gather at the time, that was it. You were packing up shop. You were
I
pulling down
was.
the. That was it. You were done with it.
Okay, and then
Uh,
I kept watching. Okay, so I, as a Whovian, because I'm a nut, I'm always watching classic series. I'm always watching New Who. I'm always watching everything. And I remember that thing where Chris Beckson was like, "Oh, Rusty Davis come back. Billy Piper should be the Doctor. It will drive people nuts, right?" So now we all know that they don't get along, like Chris Eccleston and RTD. But the biggest form of fu to Christopher Eccleston would be to do exactly what he said, right? Now, not in the way we think, though. So here's the thing. I kept watching this, and the Jody part with the 13th Doctor talking to Shooty,
yeah,
and now he doesn't like. He said, "I love you," and basically she said, "I want to tell Yaz," and it's all about like him as David Tennant's Doctor not telling Rose Tyler he loves her. So that's a big key right there. Okay, now watching it, Rose Tyler absorbed the time vortex to help the Ninth Doctor from the Daleks. She became a godlike entity known as Bad Wolf throughout time and space, the future, the past, the present, right?
yeah,
So he put the time vortex energy back into there, got connected with the TARDIS forever, and had to regenerate. But she exists, especially since the 50th anniversary. That entity part had manifested itself as the moment, right?
yeah,
And said she's not sure if you're getting it from the past, present, or future. I feel that he put the energy into the TARDIS, and when he regenerated, because if you notice, the Bad Wolf energy and the regeneration energy look exactly the same, but they're totally not.
yeah,
And when she was manifesting her powers, it looked like regeneration energy in parting of the ways, but it was not. So the way I feel is my theory is, and it could be wild, and maybe if it's half true, but my theory is that the regeneration energy was stopped like Journey's End, where the energy got into the hand. Shooty healed as the 15th Doctor, but we don't know where the Doctor is, but Bad Wolf entity came back into the TARDIS.
yeah.
but the doctor's not there. Now, again, there was also times that the doctor was gone from 73 yards. You don't even know where he went, and you still don't know where he went, right? So I feel that because of the timeline, now we are not aware if we're back in the gravity timeline, the Mavity timeline, or a new timeline, but he's not supposed to mess with that stuff. And again, the TARDIS did bring the 13th Doctor to stop him, and she didn't. So I think this was the TARDIS bringing in Bad Wolf. And that Billy Piper is Bad Wolf entity, but the Doctor is somewhere else.
So I will now give you what I think.
Okay.
I'm firmly in a similar camp as you.
Okay.
I don't think she's the Doctor, right? Because as you've probably already said in the previous cast, it's just said I'm introducing Billy Piper. It didn't say as the Doctor.
Right.
So I think that now this is just my headcanon. I'm gonna need to rewatch the episode. I haven't rewatched it since last night because I think I'm still in some sort of state of shock. I mean, when I left the movie theater or the cinema, I actually had to go to the bar and have a very strong drink immediately.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck. Absolutely.
So I'll say, do you know what, I'll give my opinion first, and then I'll say what I think's going to happen. So my opinion on this very.
So this is maybe first of all, this is your opinion,
yes,
not Marty, the media Whovian Mongol.
Yeah, this is
your opinion, not your professional opinion. This is your personal.
This is my opinion. I'm not sold on this at all. I'm not, and I almost made a phone call last night.
Yeah.
In fact, I did call someone. I'm not going to say who, but I did call someone.
Right.
And that's all I'm saying. But
yeah,
I am not sold on this. I need more context. I know we're going to have to wait to find out what's going on.
Right.
But it's not to say I can't be sold it. I think if it's done in the right way, it can be sold. Of course, anything can.
Right.
But I am intrigued. The only thing I'm a bit slightly annoyed about in the press release that came out is that there's no confirmation of when the series is coming back, what the situation is, what way or things.
Well, I have information on that from my source stuff. But.
So now this what I think is going to happen, and this is what I think, not what I know. This is what I think. Is I think she's not the Doctor, and I think could be wrong, and I'm not gambling anything. The more we find out, the more we'll start to piece things together. But I think that your earlier theory, remember you had a theory about 14 coming back and merging with 15?
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to happen here.
Hmm.
I think Tennant's going to come back and merge with her, and that'll somehow bring the essence of the Doctor back.
Merge with her?
Yes.
So you think she is the Doctor?
I think she is. I think she mightn't completely be the Doctor fully, but I think there's like there's got to be some sort of spark or some sort of element of the Doctor in there. There's got to be something.
Well, you know what it could be, and again, here's the thing. You know how all the bad Whovians were really going overboard with quit Russell, quit Shooty, they're fired, they're this, right? What if Russell, just like he screwed with us, trying to say that Whovians existed, Doctor was a TV show temporarily, remember? Yeah. And he's like, rest in peace, Doctor Who. What if Russell is screwing with us purposely, and all this stuff about Shooty leaving is complete bullshit? Just like he said, the 14th Doctor is dead, just to distract away from it. And what if in essence, we're going to get an announcement of Doctor Who's still on Disney Plus, and Shooty's going to actually be filming a season 3.
Joe.
And yes, there'll be a bad wolf thing, but it will come that the Doctor's somewhere else. What do you think that the odds of that are?
Joe, in the nicest way possible, and you know how much respect I have for you, and I don't mean to insult you by saying this. He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah.
I know you wanted. And listen, I'm devastated that he's gone. I am not.
So in other words, he regenerated, but we don't know who he generated into if it's not Billie Piper.
Well, it's either her or it's not her. Simple as that.
So where is he then, the Doctor then?
I think it's good. I go because I watched a little bit of your final ever Real Whovians cast.
Was supposed to be.
Yeah, I'm sort of on a similar thread to Connor. That shot of the TARDIS mid regeneration, I think the essence of the Doctor could have went into the console, and the Bad Wolf essence has got out during the regeneration.
Yeah, that was Connor's theory, right?
That's. I think it's something along those lines that's happened. But now, if you want my opinion on what I think should be happening now, they can't just do this and leave. So, say if they turn around and say,
High paranormal ripple, sorry.
Just say you're not going to get say, for example, this is just me speculating. Say you don't get a series now to 2027. That's stupid. That is stupid.
That is so dumb. Christmas special has to be.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
They need to get moving now on a Christmas
special. Go.
And they've got 6 months. You can film a Christmas special in 6 weeks. You can do it.
So, well, let's talk about this because we were on the impression it was filmed, right?
Yeah.
So
Connor,
I was wrong. Obviously,
Connor sent you a message there. He says, "Can you send them the link on Facebook?"
Yeah, I was wrong, obviously, on that. I was in the impression that it was filmed. I admit when I'm wrong. That's the thing. People think I'm a fucking hard ass.
The thing is, right? Something has clearly. I'm going to tell you 2 different things I've heard. Now, I can say this now because this year is over. I can say this. There was one person who had said to me that, and I think I told you this behind the scenes. I can say this now publicly. That Shooty was when you signed as the Doctor, it is a 3-year contract.
Yes.
Right? But his team negotiated at 4-2 originally. They negotiated 2. That's what one person told me. Now,
that's impossible because he was all gun ho about season 3.
Well, this is what I'm thinking. This is the thing I don't understand is that the whole Graham Norton thing, right? Something clearly changed between September, November, or October, November last year till now because they were people, even people in the production team were geared up to film season 3 in February.
Correct.
It was in the pipeline to happen. It was,
and that's what my source told me.
Yeah, that's what we were both told. We were both told it. Now that something clearly happened, so that didn't go ahead. Something clearly.
But I want to know definitively, and we're probably never going to know. Hi, Connor. Hi,
hello.
Hi, Ray. I want to know definitively, right? What the fuck happened? Because again,
I don't think anything happened. I think it's a matter of timing. I think Shooty didn't realize he wanted to leave until
around Christmas, I'd say.
Around maybe the wrong moment.
Yeah.
Because I think that what's going on behind the scenes for Shooty is he's getting a lot of interest from Hollywood. He's actually got a film coming out, which I didn't know about, very, very soon with Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman.
Yeah, that's War of the Roses remake. We knew about that.
And you know what? I'm going to say this now because I know we couldn't say this before.
Yes.
Joe, but I'm going to say the movie that he was
supposed to be in. Oh, you're going to say it? Oh, okay.
So I was told by someone now, apparently it's a cameo appearance, but I was told that he appears in Knives Out 3.
Oh,
well, wasn't he supposed to be the killer, or that was just
no? He makes a cameo in it.
He makes a cameo.
Yeah. If he's in Wake Up Dead Man, I'll be thrilled.
Yeah,
because that film looks so good.
I heard that. How long ago was that? 6 months.
That was a long time ago. Right.
Yeah.
And I hadn't really. So another one thing too. Are we allowed to say what Disney Plus? Did he signed on for that other Disney Plus show? Disney
Oh,
animated
well,
voiceover.
well, I'll tell you, I'll come out with it because I've got nothing to lose. I had heard that he had signed on to do the voiceover of an animated Disney show that's supposed to be in production shortly. It's a voiceover.
Why can't we mention it though? We're not allowed to mention it.
I can't remember the name of it, so that probably keeps us safe.
Jungle Book.
Yes, the Jungle Book. There it is.
Animated.
Yes, I heard he was doing
Yeah,
that.
I talked about this on numerous podcast comment sections, but I didn't say what the name of it was.
Yeah.
But
It's Jungle Book. Yeah.
Jungle Book.
And what?
4
And,
months.
and like Connor said, he also wanted to go back to do theatre, didn't he?
Well, he is.
He is
doing
doing
theatre.
30 years, isn't he? But no, I just think that he is very in demand. And I think to even give us 2 years of his time to do Doctor Who, probably at the height of his career after
Well, wasn't it a year and a half?
it's about a year and a half, yeah. Well, so,
Yeah.
yeah. But I think that at like the height of his career, it is a big deal. Wait a second, I just need to get rid of this fucking.
I think it's a disgrace, though. I honestly, they just gave Barbie doll to Ruby Sunday and Ken doll to the Doctor.
I'm annoyed because I can't believe. Look. I do think it was his decision to go. I don't think he was pushed. I don't think anything.
I don't know.
I think it was his decision to go, and I'm very annoyed because we're never going to see a Cyberman story. We're never going to see the Dalek story that was written for him.
Not with him, but it probably could be connected with Bad Wolf.
It could be connected with Billy.
Because who said that the dogs were going quiet? Or was that a fake leak?
Yeah, I think that was a fake leak.
Well, the dogs have gone quiet though.
There was one thing that was said during the end, the last 20 minutes of the episode. I know that this might not have anything to do with what's happening, but Kate said that the border between Norway and Sweden has shifted 7 miles.
That's ridiculous.
And Norway is where Dalek Unstranded was, which is Bad Wolf Bay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that has sort of ruptured some sort of.
But they still all remember him, right? That timeline? Unit?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they remember. Yep.
But Poppy wasn't always Belinda's child.
I think that was a rewrite. I do think that was a rewrite.
I don't believe that
Well,
shit at all.
The last,
Because wasn't she living in a dorm?
she was supposed to be living in like a student house, yeah.
it's like we're pissed off even that
That's
Susan
bullshit.
didn't get a good. That Susan
That's
payoff didn't
bullshit.
happen.
I
Susan payoff never happened.
well, the supposed ending of the season now was apparently they were all having a party in Unit HQ.
Yes. It
And,
was his
and that
birthday,
Susan,
right?
yeah, and Susan was watching on from afar. So I think
Well, she still filmed. Hold on. Supposedly, she still filmed a whole bunch of shit for the future, didn't she?
no, she was just in for those episodes.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
No,
She
but
was just
didn't
in-
film nothing for later on. Oh, okay.
No.
No, I think she only filmed what we saw, essentially.
Okay.
They're definitely like that ending was scrapped in the reality war because we were supposed to see Belinda's dad. We were supposed to see him as well, and that all was gone. I mean, the casting.
But now, are
agency-
they saying that Susan is not a Time Lord and not like she's a human or something? What are they trying to say?
I
That
still
he
think
has
she's-
no kids. How is that possible if he said he had kids flat out before?
Yeah, he said it in fear, didn't he?
But he said he had a family.
Instead,
Yeah,
Is
he's
that
like-
bullshit?
But I honestly thought Russell was going to canonize the looms when he said that, and he didn't.
I don't know what he's doing. I don't know.
But listen, Joe. Look, we knew he wanted to write for a female doctor. We'd said this a way
We
back.
said that.
Yeah.
And we knew that Jodie was coming back because he took her to dinner. and asked her to return. We said that on our show, and no one said that.
Yeah.
Well, the BBC News article, because they didn't drop the story about Billy being the next Doctor until this morning, like they left it a good couple of hours before they did it, seems to suggest that there's going to be a gap year next year, and then she'll pick up in 2027.
That's stupid.
Which means that by the time she gets her first story, she will already be the Doctor longer than Ncuti Gatwa was.
And
you know what? I know there's no reason. I'm sorry, Rick, there's no reason why they can't just put together a fucking Christmas special and pop it out.
Yeah.
There's no reason. They really should be. If there's a gap year next year, there is absolutely no reason why they can't throw together a special marking 30 years of the TV movie and get Paul McGann. Absolutely no reason.
But this goes back to what we were saying, Marty, that because of contractual negotiations and stuff like that, right? Yeah. They're still under contract with Disney Plus. Technically, they're not allowed to film Doctor Who until Disney Plus says goodbye.
Well, I don't think it's going to be a true gap year, because I think that they're going to push War Between the Land and the Sea back.
They are, but the problem. Oh, I don't think so.
I can tell you this now. And I'm not going to tell you how I know it. I'm just going to tell you it now. The War Between is in BBC One schedule for the end of this year, and I'm not telling you where it's in it.
Oh,
it's not Disney Plus.
It's scheduled in for BBC One, but it's
right. But like from what I was told, there's no mention of Disney Plus connected to the War Between Land and Sea at all. No logo, no nothing.
There's the promos have the Disney logo on it.
Oh no, but there's no other side promotion that says it or whatever, or no?
Oh, there's an Instagram that it's got its own Instagram page.
So it's going to be on Disney Plus this year.
Oh yeah. It's going to be.
I know it's not delayed, but my point is that if Disney Plus and they cannot film without Disney Plus, like because that's their streaming service. So like if Disney Plus waits more, they can't film anything.
Well, this is the thing now. Are we going to have another gap of 6 months before we can film anything?
Why are we being held hostage? Like, why would you sign a contract where now they purposely can't film, even if they could, because Disney?
Oh
God.
Yes. So let me address this first of all, okay? If you didn't see all my videos, which you haven't, Matt, I'm going to explain to you. I was pissed off with the Doctor. I was done. I was leaving. That was the last Whovians cast. And as I said in my previous videos, if everybody wanted Matrix Lord 212 to be done with Doctor Who, they should have just shut the fuck up, right? And not trolled me, went after me everywhere, harassing me while I'm upset about Doctor Who, right? So there's the harassment, the badging, I know you're from the TARDIS zone because you're in the post all the time in the TARDIS zone every single fucking day. So you could have just left me alone and you would have got your motherfucking wish, right? But no, people gotta be keyboard warriors and assholes. 2, Sharon has been my biggest supporter and been pushing me. No, you're not done with Doctor Who. You are right. They are wrong. And I'm like, wow. Okay. My son Joe stepped in, and became the host of the Whovians cast. Hayden reached out to me and said flat out, Modern Age Nerd, in the chat right now, that it's kind of not fair for the real Whovians to have nowhere to go now because I'm not doing the show. And it really should be, basically it should be up to Connor, it should be up to Ray, it should be up to Scott. Everybody should take a vote if they want the podcast to continue, even though I was kind of a little pissed off. Right?
I think you should have stuck with that.
So the point is, right, so I was with a dilemma, and I says, all right, Joe, do you want to host it? And he's like, yeah, but I want you to appear. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to support you, whatever, right? So I was just that was supposed to be the end of the Real Whovians cast. But then Joe interested, hating everybody. So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna be in here for that, and then I was gonna be it, and I was not gonna be anymore, right? But then, again, the trolls kept attacking, and then also Sharon started watching stuff with me with Doctor Who, and then she's like, you know, that's not the Doctor flat out. Like, and she's not an expert, but she was watching, and she's like, that's not the Doctor. It doesn't say it's the Doctor. Very smart. She's a very smart woman, and I'm like, and then also too, I shared, this is my son's YouTube, this is Anthony's YouTube. I'm thinking I'm doing the right thing, and that, and meanwhile, that's going to bring attention to trolls going after them, and they don't need that, and they don't want that, right? So, and again, too, Joe agreed to host, but he can't host like all the time like we're used to, So he's going to guest host from now on whenever he can. And I'm not leaving Doctor Who because I figured that more than likely 100 million% after watching The Parting of the Ways, after watching the 50th again, after watching just about every goddamn ending of Rose Tyler leaving, The Moment, and Bad Wolf, I'm 1,000,000% convinced that it's not the Doctor and it's Bad Wolf. 1,000,000%. I just don't know where the Doctor is.
The thing is, right, I'm wondering, I don't think, like, if they're clearly trying to keep the mystery of who she is till it picks up next, right? How do you promote that show? Because you can't just say, well, Billie Piper's the Doctor, because she's not the Doctor. So what do you promote that as? It's...
Okay, so I have, this is not my main source, but this was sort of like a little bit of a birdie had whispered something in my ear, that there was going to be definitely an announcement this June from Disney Plus.
Yeah.
It may happen the last week of June. It could happen Monday. I don't know. But at some point in time in June, it's going to be season 3 Doctor Who, and then everything will go into gear. Really.
She's doing a Comic-Con in July.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
Which is she'll probably get asked then, and she'll give a hint.
Well, I imagine.
Well, she already did give a hint. She already gave a hint on her Instagram that she's either Rose Tyler or Bad Wolf.
No. Sorry, I mean give a hint as to when she'll start filming.
But she said something on her Instagram: "A rose is a rose is a rose."
Yeah, it's a rose. Yeah.
I reckon that we're going to get in this Doctor Who Unleashed thing next week. I reckon we're going to get the first exclusive sit down interview with her and Russell, and I think we might find out then what's going on.
Yeah,
they're not going to tell you in an interview. They're going to show you in an episode.
I knew the minute they promoted that show with a picture of David and her together, I absolutely knew from that point on she was the next Doctor.
Well, yeah, so did I.
There was something about that photo that just seemed like it was a double meaning.
But let me ask you a question. Could it be possible, if she's not the Doctor, and if she's not Bad Wolf, could it be possible that that's Rose Tyler brought in from another universe?
Yeah, so I think it's Bad Wolf. I think she is Rose Tyler, but it's mixed with, it's like an amalgamation of her and the Doctor together, or the Time Vortex, I should say. And it's now
so basically like Dr. Donna.
A little bit, yeah, and it's kind of manifested in this next incarnation.
Yeah.
But it's not considered a Doctor, though.
But it's not. It's probably not going to be considered an official Doctor.
But is it going to be? Do you think this is a special situation? Do you think we'll get a full?
Yeah, I think it's going to be 3 specials.
That's why.
Okay, so I have one more thing. Okay, Bram, I'm sorry.
No, it's all. All I was going to say was that's why I was hoping the Susan payoff was going to happen. That in the specials we would at least see her at least once. But it seems like Russell just said, "Oh, you go, here's your little in at Susan," and that's it. We'll forget about it again.
Yeah, here's the thing, now, right? I'm gonna throw this out here, and I know you probably all will likely say no, but I think there's a sliver of hope, right? I honestly do think there's a sliver of hope, right? Have you seen the video where Chris Eccleston said that Billy should have been the Doctor?
Yes.
Right? And he's like, I would assist her if she was the Doctor.
Yeah, because they threw him tons of fucking money to say bury the hatchet with Russell,
Yeah.
and money talks and bullshit
So,
walks. And
I honestly think, could you imagine if it literally is the Ninth Doctor having to help her and
yes,
get your Doctor back?
yes,
Like, it would just be the scenario set up. You could bring Chris in, do like a private meeting or do dinner, whatever it is, and I just think that my honest opinion is I think we're either going to get a special with her and Chris or her and David.
I would say honestly that, and I've always said this. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what it looks like that they're hating each other, whatever. I always said that the Ninth Doctor was going to come back at some point.
Yeah,
and I didn't believe it. Just
If
like
you,
John.
if you want to bring the Daleks back in a big way, what I would do is have the Daleks pick up on the fact that Bad Wolf has come back,
Yes.
and then they literally be out for revenge.
yeah.
Yeah, but I want to take this one step further, which is totally in a weird direction. But let me put it to you this way: we know flat out that Russell T. Davis will do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
He's in complete charge. Not one person is above him with any decision, and they are all going along with it. Disney Plus, BBC, Bad Wolf. He is the showrunner. What would be the one more thing he could do that would have people be like, what the fuck? Besides Billy Piper. What would be the one more thing he could do? Not counting the Timeless Child. What is the besides that?
What, to push people over the edge?
I'll tell you. If Russell T. Davis believed himself to be a god like Omega in his egotistical brain, right? Right? He would 1,000,000% bring back Captain Jack because Bad Wolf brought Captain Jack back forever and not give a fuck about the consequences and rewire everything where Torchwood is part of the Whooniverse and Torchwood would be back with Gwen Cooper, with Captain Jack, and he will fix it where the slate is clean and Captain Jack is welcome back.
I don't think that he would welcome John Barrowman. John Barrowman has been thoroughly blacklisted. He's not.
So was Christopher Eccleston for decades.
No, Christopher Eccleston's not the same.
Different situation.
It's completely different situation. John Barrowman genuinely didn't.
He fucked himself up.
He fucked it up. He didn't conduct himself in a way that would be acceptable in the current climate. Let's say.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was then. Sorry.
If you were to let John Barrowman back into the BBC, you are opening up a can of worms that you can't potentially close. So you won't let Captain Jack.
I think Joe's right. I do think Captain Jack will be back. I think RTD just let this era go by, give it a couple of years, let it settle down. John Barrowman's done his interview now. I think he'll be back, and I
genuinely think it has to be a recast at this point. It can't be.
No, it doesn't. He didn't do anything sexual. Like the guy who played Adam was actually convicted of sexual assault. All John Barrowman did was flash. He apologized. It was wrong. It's a different time back then. I think Joe's right personally, but again,
I think that another problem though is that Doctor Who is so geared towards, like, if you look on Unleashed, for example, most of the staff are like young females and young men. Like, I think that there is potential for an absolute disaster to happen if John Barrowman is let into that situation.
And if you bring him back, like I said last night, if you bring him back, you might as well bring Mickey back, and then he'll bring everyone like.
Okay,
like
so
the
wait a
six
minute.
guys.
Wait. Hold on.
Like a convicted paedophile. He's not been convicted of anything.
Hold on. Let's really
Listen.
get this. Let's get into the nitty gritty about this. All right. He was Noel Clark, and again, we supported both because we're like, oh, Noel Clark. There was no evidence, right, that he did anything with any women, and nobody came forward, and he got banned from everything. And then Noel Clark mentioned John Barrowman. Wait, Noel Clark mentioned John Barrowman, and instantly, everything that was against Noel Clark went on to John Barrowman. 100,000,000%.
Hang on. I thought Barrowman came first.
No, Noel Clark then came first. And then
I'm pretty sure that the
no,
controversy.
No, because the controversy was with Noel Clark. Wait a minute, let me
No, Connor's right. It was Barrowman first, but it didn't.
No, it wasn't.
Nothing.
No. The negativity against anybody was with Noel Clark. But
Yeah, because
yes, whatever
Noel
happened.
Clark was
Wait,
serious.
no, but Noel Clark, they had shared that thing about from the Comic-Con, and then everybody started podcasting about it, like Tharies and all that. And then John Barrowman was done.
John Barrowman one came out before.
The Barrowman story came out first.
And then Noel Clark's one went to police, which John Barrowman didn't. And it was very serious. The police found nothing.
No. The Noel Clark thing, first of all.
Wait. Let me just say one thing. I don't want to get in trouble for saying this. Can I just say, Noel Clark, nothing came of it. They found no evidence.
We know that.
No, I know, but I want to back myself up, cover myself for saying that. And also with John Barrowman, nothing came of it. They both apologized. So I think it's disgusting how they've been treated, actually, and I feel quite sorry for them.
I agree. But my thing is, I thought that whole thing with the BAFTAs, everything happened with Noel Clark, and regardless of whatever happened with Barrowman, nobody made a big deal about it until after the Noel Clark thing.
The Barrowman thing definitely came first, Joe.
Not that it happened. Wait. Not that it happened.
Joe, he got fired from Dancing on Ice in ITV1 way before the Noel Clark stuff came out. Do you remember, Connor?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
It was he was in trouble first. Then the Noel Clark stuff come out, which was a lot more serious allegations.
Noel Clark mentioned the thing again, and then it went back to John.
And then Noel Clark was like, "Well, if I had been accused of this, John Barrowman did that."
Okay, so yeah, that's what I remember. I remember somehow it being deflected.
The thing with Barrowman is the thing with Barrowman is that he did apologize. He apologized for doing it.
I was just going to say, can we go back to the episode?
I apologize.
I just want to say this last thing, for God's sake, right? Barrowman.
Don't bring that into this, Connor. That's disrespectful.
Barrowman apologized for it, but he didn't. He wasn't found as not doing it. So I think the point I'm trying to make is that Barrowman might have apologized for it, but bringing him back into a situation like that will not stop him potentially doing it again.
He learned from his lesson. He didn't do anything illegal. He just flashed.
He didn't do anything illegal, but
like different from him raping someone, he just flashed his penis out.
I genuinely think that the BBC are in a situation now where they cannot take a risk as having another scandal where
it's gonna be you can forget. It won't be. Barrowman will have nothing to do with it. It's going to be it's going to be Billy and Chris or Billy and David, or do you know what? Knowing RTD and knowing the way he does things, I would not be surprised for a single second if it's the 9th Doctor and the 14th Doctor and this 16th / Bad Wolf Doctor all coming together to get the Doctor back, and we get a brand new, different Doctor at the end of the story. Something like that.
I kind of agree with you, but Christopher Eccleston will come back under RTD the day that, I don't know.
Eccleston will never come back.
The world would end the next day because hell froze over.
He said it.
Hell freeze over. That's the phrase I was looking for. But as I've just discussed, does anyone want to know my opinion on the episode yet, or do you want to talk about sexual assault allegations?
I don't give a fuck what your opinion is. No, I'm just kidding. Of course we want to know, Louis. Go ahead.
Fuck you, Matrix Sword. I thought that you finished the Whovians party. Fuck you.
3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, all tarted
You
on
finished-
bitches.
I'm sorry, but I was mourning the cast of the last Real Whovians cast yesterday, and since then there's been 2 more. What's going on?
It
I'm
had a
trying to
baseline with this. It was like 1989, and now it's came back.
I'm trying to explain it.
I'm glad it's back. And can I just say a big shout out to your son? I watched the cast that he hosted, and I thought it was very cool. It's nice to see the next generation coming through. So,
Well, it's because of Hayden, first of all, fighting for your rights as Whovian president, that the real Whovians should exist, and it's not about me. Like just like that time that Philip Archer and Connor took a vote about a new Whovian 2 war and voted against me that time, right? I do.
Yeah,
I
Connor
do.
and Philip are done, so you'll
But
expect
I do give my members power
Why
like
does
that.
Louis get a vote? He made up the death of Jack.
I did not make up the death of Jack. That
You
was.
know,
fucking,
I'm gonna. You know what?
You know what? I wasn't gonna. No. I wasn't gonna mention that because I actually want to talk about
I
this.
wasn't mention it either, and I kind of tried to make myself forget it, like Poppy.
I've
But
got proof it was George Back. I've spoke to Jack. It was George Back and Noel, and they've hacked his phone. His numbers are leaked. He's gone to police, and we'll leave it at that because it's under investigation.
I'm gonna leave it at that because now this motherfucker opened up the door. We're gonna open the door, and I'm gonna tell you right now. Wait, I have to say it. Okay. Congratulations, you got me because you got me to cry.
No. I did not get you because why would I make up the death of my good friend? That's disgusting.
I thought. Wait a minute. I actually thought he died, and I was bawling my eyes out. I was bawling my eyes out. I was doing a video and saying how great he was and whatever. And you immediately told me it was bullshit, and I deleted the video.
When I found it out, yeah, because that was out of respect for you. Because as soon as I found out it was fake,
I was really upset because I do love you guys, regardless of what you think.
No,
okay.
If you seriously think I would go that low to make up someone's death,
I don't know who it was. I don't think it was you. I don't know
what his opinion on this is because I think he's a bit more involved.
It was you. I don't know whose opinion is, but I don't think it was you. But I am going to say that I was genuinely upset that
one of my members for about 4 hours
would be potentially dead.
Since you were the one that got punked, Joe, I think whoever messaged you first in this situation should be the one that is blamed.
This gas has descended into hell.
Anyway, I just wanted to talk about what I thought about it. I just want to talk about the reality war, but now it's going into Jack's death. We're in different ways.
That didn't prove to you that I love my members. I don't know what will, because I'm not a selfish son of a bitch.
No one said you didn't love your members, but I'm just saying, I swear on my life, I did not say Jack was dead.
And I said, okay. All right. Now, back to the reality war. Louis, what did you think of the reality war?
Well, first of all, I was very happy because it meant Jack could come back. No, I'm joking. I'm just trying to make light. No, seriously, I thought it was a mixed episode.
Where is he?
I think it's very, very messy.
Where is Jack?
I know yesterday I said Jack's fine. He's working. He's just working. Okay. I can't say too much because the police are involved in this because his phone was hacked.
I'm glad he regenerated, I guess. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, he never died, despite what certain people said. He's absolutely fine. And I don't think they realise when you live in Ireland and you're a troll and you troll someone in Ireland like that, and that's actually fraud to fake someone's death or to spread misinformation, you're in a lot of fucking trouble. So that's all I'm saying, and we'll leave it at that. Anyway, reality war. Goodbye, Noel and George. George back. Anyway, so yeah, I really did enjoy certain aspects of the episode. I liked Anita. I wish Anita was a season 3 companion if Shooty did stay on. I was kind of gutted that we got little of her. I don't get why she was pregnant. Was she meant to be pregnant in real life, or do we know? Or because I missed that at first watch.
I have no idea.
Well,
Because I didn't. She didn't look pregnant. Yeah, but exactly. And I was like, oh, that's a bit annoying. Rose Noble, again, good actress, but shouldn't have been in the episode. She did nothing. I'm pissed off that Ruby Sunday, his main companion, didn't get a goodbye. That's
I don't
obviously
like
because
the way
it was.
she was treated. I'm sorry. I felt she was treated like shit in that episode.
I thought,
did not like that.
Belinda was. I thought Belinda was as well. Both of them, you could tell it was because Millie Gibson was filming that Bridgerton show when they did the reshoot, so she wasn't available to say goodbye.
I love them both together, though. But yeah.
No, I thought again it was that you had no time with them. You didn't get a chemistry from them. 1 minute, Belinda was very snappy at Ruby, but Ruby was kind of nice back. It was just felt like you need to see more.
I kind of wish that they didn't do the whole gay thing, like that. What Shooty was gay, not liking women anymore, because like it could have been a romance with Belinda. No, wait a minute. It could have been a romance. It could have been a romance with Belinda and the doctor.
I don't think Joe was being homophobic then, Connor. I think
no, I'm not being homophobic.
Yeah,
no, I know, but Connor, I know what Connor's like. He's, as a gay, he gets offended by stuff, but I think
no, you educated me and said that bisexual is not gay. That's completely different, and
yeah,
it's not
bisexual.
Yeah,
completely
different. That. So basically, that's what I'm saying is he can't be bisexual.
Joe, I agree with you. Okay. I agree with you. I don't like that. I said since Rogue, I said the Doctor's always like women. Even when he turned into a woman, he's still like women.
Yes. And
it could have stayed that way. You could have had a lesbian romance with Yaz, but they didn't do it. And I think that's why they kind of forced Jodie in. I've heard, like Marty said, with the rewrites from the Unit 30, that Susan was meant to be in it. I heard apparently there was the original scene, instead of Jodie, it was Susan. That kind of like wished him luck on his regeneration, but I love seeing Jodie Whittaker again. I wasn't expecting to like seeing her again, but I don't think she was needed. It felt sort of place. It felt clunky. And then his regeneration itself, seeing Joy again, it was like really, and his last words felt so shit. Like, it didn't have that emotional beat that you get with most regenerations. And even the classic Who, which wasn't that deep on like making it emotional, it just didn't really hit home. I like the battle aspects. I thought the unit team was actually really well utilized in this episode. It felt like an actual war. I didn't mind the Omega stuff. I didn't mind the Rani. I'm really glad that Mrs. Flood escaped, or the other Rani.
She's still the Rani, regardless of.
Exactly. So she's out there. I didn't like the whole Time Lords are now sterile. I thought that was a bit, because that makes no sense. If they're insinuating it was the Master from Spyfall that did that, well, how come when Jodie Whittaker opens a TARDIS, Gallifrey's all nuked? That's not a genetic bomb.
But also, he's not from Gallifrey anyway, so why would he be sterile?
I honestly thought that they were going to canonize the looms as soon as he said that. And then
as soon as I heard it, I thought, "Oh shit, we're going there."
But if he's not from this universe, then why would he be sterile?
Because he's a Time Lord now.
He's now, but why would he be sterile?
Because it was a genetic bomb. Anyone with Time Lord DNA.
But they were in a but that was a Master Sasha Dewan thing, not a new thing. And the Doctor's traveling in the TARDIS, so he wouldn't be there.
It goes through time and space. What the Rani said. That's why she said she slides.
That's fucking insane. That's just fucking insane.
To be fair, Joe, it's all bullshit. He's making up as he goes along.
It is.
I like I said, it was like to me this episode was like a roller coaster. Watching it, I was like, oh my! I think I was more happy because all the leaks that I said were right came true. I was like, fuck! I called that. And when Jodie popped, because I said to Connor actually, we were talking throughout the episode, and I messaged him saying, I don't think he's regenerating after Poppy was still there. And then when Jodie appeared, I was like, fuck! It's actually happening. And I was like, oh shit! And I was like, oh okay. To be fair, he's never really been. I don't dislike him as an actor. He's just never felt like the Doctor to me at all. So I'm kind of glad he's gone. I mean, Eccleston had 9 more episodes in him, apparently, or 6 more or something. Oh, sorry, 6 less, or 9 less episodes. And I feel like I know Eccleston's Doctor inside and out, whereas this Doctor, it's a mixed bag.
Yeah.
Can I just answer the question something in the chat for 1 second and we'll go right back?
Of course, you may respond in your own
In
group chat.
case you didn't know the history, of everyone represented right here and who is a member currently, Modern Age Nerd is the oldest Real Whovian member. So of course he's going to be the one, obviously, to push me to say he's right and the Real Whovians should still exist. So yeah, I just wanted to, because Modern Age Nerd was around before the Real Whovians when I was doing the Whovian podcast with Old Doc and who knows who and all that other stuff, and then everybody came after. Sammy started hosting the Whovians podcast and Dr. Freedom and everybody, and then they went off and did their own thing, the Omega Files and Who Harmony and stuff like that. So Hayden is the oldest member of the Real Whovians cast.
Let's all raise a glass to the Omega himself, the Real Whovians. Modern Age Nerd, thank you for saving the Real Whovians from extinction.
That's right.
Alonso, to the next
also, so now I have a question before we go into Marty, for Louis.
Go for it, Joe.
So, are you saying that not only does the regeneration energy cure constipation, but it cures the entire universe and timelines?
I don't get what the fuck. I think that was the shittest rewrite, and you can tell it's so forced on because you can guarantee, you can see it in the way they filmed it. The scene where they forgot Poppy, that was going to be it, and it would have been the Doctor kind of has an inkling, and then that would have been it, and then they've gone to a party, and that would have been it. But because they're like, oh no, we've got to kill him somehow, he kills himself for Poppy, and it's like, well, how does throwing some regeneration energy into the time vortex cure that at all? And I think I did listen to a little bit of this cast before I was allowed on, and I think Marty brought up the point that Susan Twist's character says about Norway in the reality dividing, which maybe that's how Rose comes back. But I honestly think she's the 16th Doctor. But I think it would be the 16th Doctor in the same way that David Tennant was. She'd just be called, like, instead of like the fugitive Doctor, it'd be the Bad Wolf Doctor, because she was the last person, heart of the TARDIS. So it took the form of Rose, and it'll probably be about 1 or 3 episodes, like specials, and I think that'll be it.
Again, Marty, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're all right. You're fine. I've just been sort of stewing on the background, thinking, thinking about stuff. I was told. I will admit now. I was told, I think about a week before that leak came out about Billy. I had been told by somebody pretty well, and the reason I didn't say it is because I knew what your reaction would be straight away, Joe, and I knew that putting that out there would open up a can of worms for people to leech onto, as we should say. But I didn't believe it. I didn't believe that it was going to happen. And then, just like Louis, as soon as I saw Jodie, I was like, "This is happening. This is happening." And when she appeared on screen, like, I honestly was expecting, when he regenerated, as soon as his face disappeared, I thought we were going to get the stinger and into the credits that was going to be continued. But the second she appeared, I just remember, like, just literally face palming in the cinema, and I literally shouted WTF in the cinema. Yeah, I saw it in the cinema, yeah.
What was the reaction to the when you knew he was going to regenerate? Was it positive, negative?
It was everybody, as soon as Jodie appeared, I think everybody clicked. I think I could just sense the mood in the room.
And then you played the video where I said fuck, and then everybody's like, yeah.
Yeah, I walked out and there was 100. But there was I will tell you this now, and this is me being completely honest. When she appeared, there was a massive cheer and a big round of applause when it went into the credits.
What, Billy Piper?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, she is going to bring viewers in. Like, them people that grew up with Tennant are gonna watch.
I don't even think it's that. Like my mum, who doesn't watch Doctor Who, she's never been a fan, but she likes Billy Piper. She did watch bits of like when I was growing up, series 1, 2, 4 with Rose. And when it came on the radio today, she didn't watch the episode because she doesn't watch it anymore. But she heard that Billy Piper's in the Doctor, and about time. Why wasn't she the Doctor before? I was like, all right, Christopher Eccleston, calm down. Like
The
You
amount
know,
of people that I
I think
actually
you want to watch it.
no, go ahead.
She's a
Oh no,
really
that
good
was it.
actress. She's
Um,
a phenomenal actress. I
the-
watched her play earlier today, Yerma, that she did at the Young Vic a couple of years ago. She won an Olivier Award for it. Like the last 20 minutes of that play. So I'll basically run down what it's about. It's about a woman that can't get pregnant, but she desperately wants a child. So she basically
Go to World and you can get pregnant now.
she basically like descends into madness. And the last 20 minutes is like Billy Piper in full like frenzy. She is having like a breakdown, and it's probably the best acted breakdown I've seen in a while on stage.
Did you ever see her on Penny Dreadful?
No,
Oh,
but
she was
Okay, so Sharon went to me today, and she's like, before she left, Sharon's like, wasn't she in Penny Dreadful? I'm like, yes. She's like, we loved her in Penny Dreadful. I'm like, I know. She beat the shit out of Frankenstein's monster. I know. It was great. And she was evil and maniacal, and it was amazing.
What about her being in Wednesday, season 2?
That's good too.
And have you seen Susie? Has anyone seen Susie?
I hit Susie. Yeah, I've heard it's very good. Watch it.
That is probably like Jodie Whittaker had that. I can't remember what the film was called. It was like an indie film.
Attack
and
the
it was
Block
very
or something, or whatever the hell it was.
No,
called.
not Attack the Block. It was when she played like this autistic person and she did finger puppets. And she was very much like her incarnation of the Doctor. I Hate Susie is pretty much what Billy Piper's Doctor, I think, will be like. It's very Doctor-like performance.
What a bit wild.
And it's also produced by Bad Wolf Studios, which is interesting.
Oh.
I just want to say a few things. Thank you to Modern Age Nerd for saving the real Whovians. Thank you to my son for pushing me not to go away from Doctor Who. Thank you to my son Joe. Thank you for Sharon for, strengthening my resolve that I'm not wrong all the time with different things of Doctor Who. And what's up?
Fezman, I want an Irish Doctor too. So it's not gonna happen, but I want an Irish Doctor.
It's all right.
I think we're going to get an Irish
Keith,
companion.
for watching, by the way. Thank you, Keith, for watching.
We know who Billy Piper will want for a companion, and Mum Jackie.
No, Ray. We need Jackie as a master. Camille Kamadri as a master.
I thought that Billy Piper could have been a good master if Master was screwing with
Varney.
No, if you've got Billy Piper as a Doctor, imagine Jenna Coleman as a master.
Jesus Christ.
I think Billy Piper
is in there now.
No, I know we're probably getting a bit sorry if I'm cutting it. It's probably because my Wi-Fi is like going crazy. I honestly think it's going to be like 3 specials, and it probably will end on. Do you know what? Right, and I know, Joe. I know we've been proven wrong already. Okay, I'm just going to say that before I say this. Right, just this is disclaimer. Big disclaimer in red capital letters. I know we've been proven wrong before, but it would not surprise me for a second if once let's just call them the Billy specials, once they are done, I would not be surprised if RTD says, see you later.
What is his
Do you know what?
Wait, what?
Be wrong.
What do you think this is his way of
What do you
signing
mean?
off?
I think
He means step down.
I think he'll go.
That is the
He's
case.
not leaving.
I hope he does.
He's not.
I don't think he'll go until 2030 at least. Personally, I think he's going to stay on. He's got
First of all,
4.
did you see the way his face lit up like a little kid in a candy store? Like, and he's talking about fucking season 4 and 5 that he's writing, and it's so fucking phenomenal, you can't believe it.
I have
Did
no issue.
Oh, sorry, go on.
I have no issue with him staying on as like a Kevin Feige kind of figure, but
Yeah.
I think that in terms of the writing of the show, he absolutely has to step down very, very soon.
He's not.
Um,
though.
Have you guys discussed the Unleashed episode where he said that he's going to name the next companion Petrol, which was Jodie Whittaker's name, code name, and he was like, Petrol, it's been in my head for ages. It's a really good companion name. I really want to call the next companion Petrol, and it will happen. You've
Wasn't
heard
that a
it here.
joke?
what?
No, he's
That's a
being
joke.
serious. No,
He's
he's
not.
being serious.
Yeah, I swear it's real.
Well, it better be a
I'm not
robot,
saying
because that's such a stupid name for a
No,
person.
No, he said it
It's a-
sounds
it's a-
very assertive and like feminine, Petrol.
Yeah, it's going to
From
be
the
a
year
female,
before.
probably.
He's literally got no fucking idea what he's talking about.
Well,
I
it's funny to say that someone retweeted that quote of him saying Petrol's the next companion name, and they said Russell T Davis is the Joe Biden of Doctor Who.
He's
Don't
literally
you think
lost
he
his
looks
fucking
like
mind. If you think he goes with the most stupid decision that comes into his head.
Look,
It really does.
But then-
I,
But then he gives some really good episodes. Like this season's been, think season two's been a massive. Like, I'm not going to be negative. I think season two's
I
been.
agree with you. It's been such a good
But-
step up.
It's just like it's really annoying because you get these really good character moments, but I think it's a short episode run. If it was 13 episode seasons, I think we would be able to flesh stuff out more. I don't know what you guys agree with that or not, but I think
Yeah,
having
but
8
Yeah.
didn't
That's
he
really-
say, was he joking around, or didn't he say that he was definitely going to do a Christopher? No, I'm sorry. He was definitely going to do a Sylvester McCoy one episode he would love to do. Or is he just talking in general?
But
Like,
that's
meaning-
just stupid. Why are we banking on nostalgia all the time now?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it would have to be the Candyman, damn it!
No,
If
but
Sylvester McCoy comes back, it's the Candyman that happened. It's Patrol and Ace.
But we've had 2 multi-Doctor stories technically in this one season. I know Joe Martin was like 5 seconds, but still it counts.
It counts.
We should multi-Doctor stories should be something. Do you know the last 3 regeneration stories have been multi-Doctor? The Giggle, this one, Jodie's one. No, actually 4. Peter Capaldi's. That's 4 multi-Doctor. It should just be one Doctor. They say goodbye. Someone new pops up. And it's a fresh start to the show, not this constant bringing people back.
The
Bring back
writing of the
companions.
show is no longer based on can we make a good story. It's based on can we get the most tweets at the end of the night.
Do you,
Do
have
you know what it
seen-
feels like? It feels like they write it for reaction videos.
It's both, Modern Age Nerd. It was you and my son Joe. Both of you.
Have you seen that the clip of shooting Atwa's regeneration has got 20 million views on Twitter?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
The the video has got 20 million views.
it's
Of
one
what? The regeneration?
Yeah, it's one of the most. It's one of the most viewed regenerations of the modern era.
Billy Piper?
Yeah.
I came out of it really like the episode. I was like, oh, it sounds good. It was all right. It was messy, but it wasn't awful. But I've only seen on Twitter, and it might just be people I'm following or my algorithm, but it's been just negative. Like, I'm never watching Doctor again. Like, immediately I got a YouTube notification from Joe going, fucking shit, fucking wrong, fucking shit, fuck, wanker,
Well, I don't know.
fucking cunt.
I
You can
don't know
imagine.
about. Go on, Mark.
If anybody could stand through that episode, if you could count how many times I said the F word, it would be greatly appreciated. 'Cause I
Well,
You know, you need to do live reactions. You would get so many views to that.
So
Well,
I did not make a penny from that video because YouTube deemed it unacceptable. But yeah,
discussing
Oh, I loved it. It was my favorite video you've ever done.
yeah, Hayden's too.
discussing film has put up the regeneration clip and it's got 21 million views.
Well, well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm sure he was just starting to get into his like role as the Doctor, and he's just like, nope.
I know that sucks.
He's just starting
I
to get
agree.
into a rhythm, weren't he?
You met
I feel
him,
like-
Marty.
I met him twice, yeah.
Go on, you agree, though, Marty? He was just starting getting into a role of the Doctor.
I just feel bad because I just feel like I was starting to know his doctor, now he's gone. I just feel like I've
Martin, can I ask- Oh, sorry, go on.
no, go for it.
I was going to ask a question. As you've actually met him in the flesh,
Yeah.
Can I confirm? Is it padding or does he actually have a naturally fat ass?
What?
He does have a
What?
pretty good ass, doesn't he? To be fair, until you mentioned
All
it just
I'm saying is, you want to know about his ass, Joe. I'm sorry, just put curious.
All I'm going to say is that when I was talking to him, I wasn't staring at his ass. I was staring at his face.
you know when he was walking down, like when he said we are at war or whatever, and he started walking down the thing, or was it just before that? He fucking struts that ass. He doesn't just walk; he struts.
He's I can tell you that he was he was a very nice guy. I can tell you that.
He doesn't.
Why is everybody talking about his asshole?
No, because it's actually a very good point.
Whoa! We mentioned his anus. No one mentioned his anus. We said his ass.
God.
Why are you mentioning his ass?
No, because Louis brings up a
It's
really
a
good
nice
point.
ass,
He is-
and we appreciate it.
I
Call
never
us a
looked
gay.
at
I'm
his
a gay.
ass.
Yeah,
I
you call it
actually,
gay.
I actually
Aiden's
think
made a
he's
good
got
point.
the best ass of any doctor that has been before.
What do you
Wait,
think
what's
about
a good
Aiden?
point, Ray? He has a good ass? What?
No, what Aiden just put in chat.
Okay. Is
What
he
do you
the
think of
UK's ass? Like Captain America's ass?
No.
He's a
what
universe.
He
No, what-
struts.
no,
he
what
fucking
Aiden?
struts when he walks.
Can we here's what
Take it
can
back.
can I ask what you all think about the trailer for the War Between the Land and the Sea?
It looks devil design.
That looks like
Yeah, the Sea Devil
that-
design is a bit fucked.
Ah.
I don't like
Do you
the
know
Sea
what,
Devil
though?
design.
I'll be nice about it. I'll say one thing: the production looked amazing. The helicopter scene, it looked really good. The only thing that let it down was that stupid fucking sea devil. You can't even call it a sea
Did they
devil.
make her
And the
look
fact
hot so that way they can have a relationship?
no, they're gonna have sex like that
Right.
stupid water. But do you know what they've called the character? Salt. Her name's Salt.
Do you know?
And
Do you know what
and
he's done?
Barkley?
Do you know what
Yeah.
he's done?
Why
He's
would you
ripped
call
off.
Salt? It sounds stupid. Why
Yeah,
would you
Tom,
call
I'm
the
sorry.
woman Salt?
He's ripped off Shape of Water.
Yeah, it is, and they're going to shag on it, and then that's why she's called Salt to be full of her cum.
But didn't he rip off the Kryptonians? Because aren't the Kryptonians from Superman sterile?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
and
yeah,
they gave birth to Superman, which was
And then-
rare.
And then he mentioned the Upside Down in Narnia in the episode.
Yeah, that's another thing. Now, did he make it canon that fucking that Stranger Things
No,
is not a TV show and exists?
No, that's not
He said the
canon.
Upside Down.
And
Well,
Narnia.
Yeah,
And he mentioned
I think
Narnia as
he was
well.
referring to literature, not actual. Because he said
All
hell, and I'm not trying to get political, but hell could be considered literature to non-believers. So I think it was just like people's version of it.
It's going to be interesting. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I'll drop you a real Whovians exclusive.
Oh shit!
Real
Here we go.
Whovians exclusive, episode 2013.
Before you do that, I want to clear one thing. I finally identified where that bullshit came from. That we had all these new trolls coming after us, saying we're on Gallifrey base. It was from the TARDIS zone in one of the episodes, bashing me for a live stream that made up that bullshit. And then all these people came after us because whenever Connor does the rumors and whenever Connor does the news and anybody else does the news, they always say where they get it from. And Marty does. He's a media mongol himself, so whatever. So we know that TARDIS made that shit up. So whatever. Forget it, TARDIS. Mad Marty.
I do not. So the real Whovians exclusive that I bring to you tonight is sponsored by Pizza Shop down the road.
Crank it up a bit, like X-Factor, like drag it out.
Is it that Gatwa has a great dick as well as a great ass?
Oh God, it's to do with the.
I mean,
war
that's
between
you've seen him in person, not me. You can comment. I can't.
I probably have a nice ass.
I don't want
No,
to
get your ass on camera. Let the girls.
Oh God.
There's no preview. You got to pay OnlyFans for that. No, I'm just kidding, guys.
Right.
I didn't know I call him Marty. What is
I can't tell you tonight. Drum roll, please. I can tell you that the Master is involved with the war between the land and the sea. I do not have specifics. I don't know how or what or why, but it comes from a very reliable source. The Master is some way involved. That gold tooth is going to get opened. That's all I
But
can
who
tell you.
is the Master?
Can I say I've also heard this rumor, and I've been told who it is apparently.
Is it John Sim?
Go ahead.
No, apparently it's Barclay, played by Russell Tovey,
Yeah.
but he's had a comedian circuit.
Right, so they're doing basically Saxon all over again because he's the Prime Minister
No,
of the UK.
they're basically using him, but with a device, the chameleon circuit to
Yeah,
control
no,
him.
he's the Master.
It's
Sorry, say it
basically
again.
a rip-off of Saxon. What
Yeah.
the
No,
fuck?
it's not. It's not.
But it is.
You mean
because he's-
Professor Yana? Professor
not-
Yana was the one that didn't know he was the
Is he
Master.
not supposed to be Prime Minister of the UK? Russell Tovey's character.
Look,
He's a high-ranking politician.
I know.
Look. What I will tell you is the same person has said to me, I'm going to add on to this, that it's not Russell Tovey.
Okay.
Oh man!
It's going to be John Sim or Michelle Gomez.
Don't tell me he regenerated into a Sea Devil.
I'm going to say one more thing. It's not a previous Master.
Wow.
It's going to be.
So by RPG era 2, that probably means it's Freema Agyeman, right?
No,
Yeah, I mean,
no,
it's
the
gonna be
Master.
Wait a minute. If they, wait.
No.
If they're trying to do Unit without Doctor Who, right? Putting the Master in there is connecting it 100% with Doctor Who because he's the Master.
Yeah, but to be honest, it makes sense now because the Doctor is in that other universe, so he's gone missing essentially. So now you have the Master come in to help. It's like that time in World Enough and Time when Missy came in and stepped in as the Doctor.
So he's actually going to be a good guy, the Master.
Yeah.
But Joe, you saying oh, because the Master's in it involves Doctor Who. It's the Whoniverse. It's gonna fucking involve Doctor Who. The whole thing's Doctor
it's the Whoniverse, but I thought that the purpose of the war between the land and the sea was supposed to try to have a show connected to Whoniverse, but not directly, where an outside viewer would not know that it's Doctor Who. They would look at it as a drama on Disney Plus, and it would get.
Unfortunately, I really don't believe that's what the show's about anymore. I mean, look what's just happened with the 16th potential Doctor. I'm not saying she is, but that's absolute bullshit. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's just trying to get quick shot values all the time.
So what's the chances are if the Master does come back, it's a woman?
I want it to be Gillian Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually said that to Russell.
So would you have two women, like a Master,
Wait.
female, and a Doctor that's a female at the same
And
time?
Ronnie.
I've
And
just
Teddy
thought
Ronnie.
something. What the fuck happened to Helena Bonham Carter?
Yeah,
what happened?
He said on radio that she had a role.
What the fuck happened? That's a better question.
Did he piss her off?
But Connor, he's not left. Connor, after he's not left, she could be the boss for all we know.
She could.
It's not
Who the
over.
fuck is the boss?
I said to
Oh,
Russell,
the boss is 100%. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say the first time I met Russell, I said to him about making Gillian Anderson the Master. And he came back to me and he said, "Isn't that a little bit obvious, darling?"
Oh, fuck off, Russell.
Oh, man.
Fuck off, you idiot.
I would say I would Jack the Master, but I do think though that the reason certain things haven't happened yet and the boss is still up in the air is because they're trying to juggle stuff to try and be like, oh no, I could still watch. Like, I reckon if Ncuti Gatwa obviously wasn't going to regenerate, we'd have a third season coming up filming now. But I do think the boss will be someone like Susan. I don't think it's a villain.
Well, the first thing was the boss was a villain with Beep the Meat. And then the second thing about the Time Hotel, it's like the boss is a good person. So what the fuck is the boss? Is it good or evil?
If I do think we will get Susan back because I don't think we'll get Susan back again now.
But
Just
to be
like
fair,
the
people
time-
brought up a good point at the Time Hotel that the Time Hotel, technically by like moral standards, isn't okay because you can't keep going back in time, meddling, interfering.
This is all
So
I'm
maybe
gonna
right.
this is all I'm going to say about Susan, right? I met Caroline Ford last week,
Yeah, I know.
Hmm.
and this basically what I'm going to try and say ties into my point. Caroline Ford is in her mid-80s now. She is. I'm going to just come out and say it. She's old. She is. She needs a walking aid to get round, and on that day, as much as she was lovely to me, you could she's old. There's no point in denying it.
Hmm.
And all I'm going to say is that if Russell really wants to continue with that thread and have the Doctor meet Susan, all I will say to him is these gaps and delays aren't going to help things because
Oh, no.
because God forbid you could have a gap year and it could be too late. That's
Yeah.
all.
Can I just quickly go back to what you said when you told Russell about how you want Gillian Anderson to be the Master?
Yeah.
Because I watched Mr. TARDIS reviews video yesterday, and he made a really good point about how the whole kind of bringing back of David Tennant and Billy Piper might appear, and that it's like Doctor Who is now a very insular kind of production in terms of like the same actors will get all the roles, they'll get recycled and everything, and it's gradually shutting out other actors from being considered for these big roles.
Right.
And in what he said then, that basically just confirms to me what Mr. TARDIS said and what he feels the message coming out from them sort of publicity stunts is. Like, there's nothing obvious about Gillian Anderson being the Master. Like, if she's going to be the Master, she's going to be the Master. No one's going to care about how obvious it is. They're just going to
Right.
care about
Nobody
whether
is
or
going to care about it.
not-
Just like
Yeah.
Moffat said he's against the Ronnie coming back.
Why does it's so? What Russell is basically saying is that the Master will come back as long as Jenna Coleman comes back as the Master, rather than Gillian Anderson or Helena Bonham Carter or
Hmm.
someone that's not been in Doctor Who before. That is a really, really concerning precedent to set with
But
the
you know
show.
what? They have such complex, opinions of Doctor Who that it's foreign to all of us. We don't understand it. Like, Moffat's whole thing against Russell was he did not like Billy Piper romance, and then every chance he got, he tried to create a new romance for the Doctor, which Russell really hated that because he wanted to push Rose, and he's pushing Madame de Pompadour, and he's pushing River Song. So, they're going to clash as if two different showrunners, where you probably won't see River Song return under Russell T Davies, but you would see River Song return under Moffat.
Do you think River and Rose are going to les off?
I don't think River Song will ever appear while Russell T Davies is in charge.
See, I think you're right, because it was Russell T Davies, you have to remember, that told Moffat, please give her a proper conclusion with Husbands of River Song, because before it was the name of the Doctor. And he said it felt like leaving the Brigadier in the Zygon invasion.
That was ridiculous.
It's going to be. I would nearly bet the bank on it now. I nearly would bet the house on Tennant being involved with this whole thing. And the reason why I would say that is because he is shooting rivals at the minute, right?
Yes.
That's won't take that's only going to go on for another month or two.
Why couldn't Martin Sheen be the Master?
Michael Sheen, you mean?
Michael Sheen.
I'd love Michael Sheen to be the Master.
I'd like him to
Because then you have David Tennant versus him.
Whoa, Martin Connor, when I first said everything about Jodie coming back and the regeneration into Billy Piper, you all said that Michael Sheen was the next Doctor, so explain yourselves, please.
I never said he would be the next Doctor ever. I said he should never be the Doctor.
Joe, listen to what I said. I said Martin Connor. I was half joking. Half joking.
Okay.
I'm not.
I think that Michael Sheen is a candidate to be the next Doctor. But to be honest, at this point, it's probably going to be fucking Noel Clarke or Mark. What's his face that played Clive?
Mark Benton.
No, but do any of you remember when Ncuti was first cast? that first announcement on the BAFTA, I think it was, awards. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
And they said
Yeah.
there was someone else that got it, and then Shooty came in and took the audition. Do we think they're going to go back to that person?
No,
Probably
never. Because
not.
that person probably insulted that he got passed up.
Yeah.
No, that person,
you won't know who
they
he
said
is.
it was either he, she, or they've sorry, or didn't. I can't even say it, auditioned a lot of transvestite people.
I think that the next Doctor is going to be a transvestite.
I think
No,
Philip
I'm not
Archer
even
would
I'm not
be
even
brilliant.
taking the piss. It's a huge deal about having them being represented at the moment in media.
To be fair, though, the actress that plays Rose is brilliant.
and
Billy Piper.
having
No, yeah,
No,
Finney.
Donna's
Jasmine
daughter,
Finney.
right?
having
yeah.
the whole thing in Scotland going on recently as well, it's become a big kind of talking point again.
But again, do you think in America that separates us? 'Cause it makes it awkward because in America they don't really care about trans rights, whereas in the UK we're more like, oh my god, we've got to care about it.
It's weird, but at the same time, I think that RTD would absolutely cast a transvestite as the next Doctor.
I don't think
So
that
not
would happen.
transvestite, transgender. They're
don't
two
think that would
different things.
Yeah, please refer to the proper terminology,
Yes.
please. Come on.
Yes,
I don't think
that
that
was
would happen.
my mistake. So
I
I'd
could
say
see Ty
that-
Tennant being the Doctor.
as the next Doctor,
I see Titan being the Doctor. Well, I would have said about the 17th Doctor, but the rate we're going through them, it'd probably be the 26th Doctor.
What's the odds? What's the odds of the nearest Doctor Who thing to air? What is the most? What are the odds that the next thing that airs a Doctor Who, the next episode or special?
If they film now, possibly this time next year.
What do you mean? It's only fucking May. I mean,
Well,
June.
yeah, Christmas.
Why can't it be Christmas special?
It took 4 months for the finale to be completely written off. We're getting nothing till at least 2024.
If Disney Plus says Monday, let's just say Monday, they say season 3 is a go, so they could film right now. No,
Yeah,
well,
but they're
Billy
not.
Piper's busy.
Joe, you have to remember, there's no deal renewed. They've got nothing at the minute. They're waiting.
Right, but
The whole
okay,
thing's
so when they actually announce it to the press, he's going to know about it weeks before us, obviously. Or a week or two.
No, he will know before us. And I was expecting, I think Marty, I think we both said, and Connor as well, on the cast before the last one I was on, we were talking, I think it was the Story in the Engine, and we talked about what's coming next, and we heard about leaks and rumours and stuff.
So,
and we all said
there's no chance for Christmas.
No, wait. We all said we expected a statement after this episode saying what the future of the show will hold.
Well, they're supposed to be.
But it never happened. We didn't even get a Doctor Who will return. That is not good news.
I'm going to tell you
Christmas
why.
is not happening. Baby, Christmas is not happening.
Because you're going to get a full assessment from business purposes of what an actual 30 days on Disney Plus is.
Well, I can assure you we're not getting a Christmas special this year. That's done. I know you. That breaks your heart, Joe. But Connor, Marty, do you agree? Raymond,
Marty's out.
Oh, sorry, Connor. Ray, do you agree?
I mean, yeah, I agree with you.
We're not getting a Christmas special.
No, I don't. The Christmas special, it would have been all wrapped up by now. I think they would have done it in the same block.
I mean, we don't know the logistics of the legal paperwork if they would be allowed to do a Christmas special regardless of Disney Plus or not, right?
It's I think I'm going to be completely honest and say I think at the minute that I think they need a decision ASAP. But the thing is, right? Billy Piper would not have signed on a dotted line without an idea of when she's going to be filming, because I reckon that they know when they'll have a decision by. If that makes sense.
Why couldn't they have that?
He's a temporary
TARDIS.
doctor.
Why
She's
couldn't they
temporary
have
doctor.
it? If they don't have to mention what happened in the reality war, why can't they have it where they continue the story from the reality war that the TARDIS brought Jodie Whittaker's doctor into the timeline to stop Shooty? So why couldn't they do a thing where the TARDIS is bouncing doctors around?
Because Shooty's gone, he's not.
They don't have to talk about Shooty. They can have Jodie, Paul McGann.
No. You just said, yeah, and I completely agree with what you're saying. But Devil's Advocate,
Without
right?
mentioning Shooty's doctor or Billy Piper, a Christmas special.
I'm playing Devil's.
Yeah.
John, I'm not attacking you. I'm playing Devil's Advocate. What you just said. You said that you'd have maybe the 13th Doctor appear, and they take over the Christmas special, and then next season, whatever happens.
No, but I'm not saying just Jodie. I'm saying that the TARDIS would do a multi-Doctor story for technically the 20th anniversary of Doctor Who, but in a form of a special for Christmas. What?
He wasn't staying. He wants out. He still needs to regenerate.
I'm not talking about Shooty. I'm saying for a Christmas special this season, you could say that.
Then what happens to the 15th Doctor?
You'll see it afterwards, but right now we need a Christmas special. So fuck that shit.
Joe, he's not filming anymore. He's done.
What? I'm not talking about Shooty.
Yeah, but I'm saying, listen. Please listen to my words. I'm not arguing with you. Just listen to my voice. I'm being the master. Listen to what I'm saying. If he finishes and Jodie takes over, blah, 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 he's done. He needs to regenerate at the end of it. I get what you're saying, but he still is
not understanding what I'm saying. I'm saying that
I think I know what John's
I'm talking like fucking prequel trilogy of fucking Star Wars, where you have New Hope, Empire, and Jedi, and then all of a sudden you go back to episode 1, 2, and 3. So why does the fucking Christmas special have to be linear in a straight line, continuing from Shooty and Billy Piper? Why can't it just be a past story?
So basically, what you're saying is that you would have the Christmas special say with David Tennant, and then
it's isolated.
Isolated. Then episode 1 on the new series, we'll see him. We finish Regeneration, and
just do a fucking untold tale of how the TARDIS. You pick up with Jodie, where she doesn't go back to her timeline, and what's happening, and then it's like the TARDIS something happened, and they're sending her on a mission with other doctors.
I know exactly what they do, Joe. I know exactly what they do. They announce a special with David Tennant and Catherine Tate at Christmas. They announce a 2-part that's in Christmas Day and New Year's Day.
John Sim, get Russell to do that.
And we have John Sim turn up in a Santa outfit. And
listen,
he's like,
I understand that in my fuck video, I said...
please don't say that. That could be misinterpreted.
In my video of the reaction of Doctor Who, the reality war, I used some profanity that sounded like "uck," and in that video,
I think about 7,000 times you did. You were going, "Fuck you!"
I did say, "Go up yourself." Why would you do that, you son of a bitch? You know who I was talking about, and that's fine. But I'm sure he's open-minded to be like, "Hey, he owes us one," like because he did kind of piss us off. So maybe it would be nice if John Sim would come back. Maybe.
Well, I want to ask a question. I want to ask one question to each and every one of you, the 4 panelists with me. Who would you forget? Billy Piper, right? She's gone. You're the showrunner. Shooty Gatwa just said the doctor's dead. He's gone. He's leaving. He doesn't want to be part of it. Who would you make the 16th Doctor?
Who's first?
I need some thinking time, so I'm going last.
Oh, right. Connors is going to pick popular opinion as you do.
Go for
Alan Cumming.
Louis, I'm going to pick Jack just to fucking haunt you.
Alan Cumming.
I think Jack McCullough should be the Doctor.
Alan Cumming 4 specials.
I would honestly say if I could pick anybody, I know he's done one iconic role before, but I don't think that would stop him. Andrew Garfield.
Okay. I disagree with both your opinions, but I kind of respect it at the same time.
No, I've got a choice. I've got a fucking genius choice. You're all gonna love it. Just
Go
make
on
the
then,
show
go
runner
on.
right now. It's gonna happen. Hugh Laurie.
How
Who?
old is Hugh Laurie?
Hugh Laurie as the Doctor. It's
How
gonna
old is
happen.
Oh,
Hugh Laurie?
He's
no,
in his
that's
60s.
basic fuck.
How old is
Right,
Hugh Laurie?
I'm
He's in his
diamond with
60s.
you.
What?
Ray, who are you going to?
I'm
He's in
I'm
his
thinking. Hang on.
60s.
He can't even walk.
What?
Is he?
I would
acting
say-
still?
Yeah.
No, I agree with you, Joe.
Oh.
No, he's too old and too famous. He wouldn't do a whole season. You need someone that's going to do like at least 3 seasons.
Oh, right. So Hugh Laurie is too famous, but Andrew Garfield isn't. Is that what you're trying to say?
Andrew
But
Garfield's
he's
been
young.
doing Spider-Man for the next couple of years. He's going to do sequel wars and all that.
If I'm going male, it's Andrew Garfield. If you're asking me to pick a woman, it's a toss up between either Ruth Jones or
Oh, good choice. I like that. Good choice.
A
Or Siobhan,
fucking woman.
or Siobhan McSweeney from Sister Michael from Derry
What?
Girls.
Oh,
No, she's too aggressive and looks like an ogre.
If I was to go woman, I would say Saoirse Monica Jackson.
I'd say Olivia. I'd say
Yeah,
Olivia Colman for female, and for male, I would go with James McAvoy.
Well, he's got the Bad Wolf connection. Could it's possible?
I mean, Ruth Wilson is surely going to be a consideration.
Because James McAvoy would pull it off, I think.
No, but James McAvoy will never be the Doctor because he's not that desperate to live in Cardiff for 6 months, for 3 years.
I'm sorry, guys. But I think Hugh Laurie is
But
the best choice.
my just said that he's got a Bad Wolf connection. No, James.
Let me do mine.
Yeah, it's yeah. So, I don't. I'm trying to think now. Somebody said Andrew Garfield. Do you know what? I'm just going to say this, right? You might know. You might know who it is.
What?
Go on.
No, Marty, say what you said. Marty, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to throw a name out there who I think is very young. He's very, very, very young. But I think he's got the chops. Maybe he needs a couple of years, but I honestly would say Kit Connor.
I knew you was going to say Kit Connor the minute you said he's very young.
Homosexual because that's disgusting. Do not put him ever forward for the fucking Doctor ever again.
He's a good actor, but
he's a brilliant actor, but he's not the Doctor.
And I don't think he's the best of his generation either. I think that if you were to pick the best of his generation, it would be Joseph Quinn.
Yeah.
No, I would say again, you're just basic bitch. I think the best female Doctor would be Miriam Margolyes.
She's nearly dead. She said herself she's going to die.
That was a joke. Oh, come on. No one knows a joke. Come on, smile.
Well, I'm completely
the heart is breaking.
I thought she had a heart surgery or whatever. Something to do with the heart.
What is Billie Piper? Is Billie Piper doing anything else now, or she's just totally Doctor Who?
She's in Wednesday season 2.
But she filmed that already.
Yeah, but she'll be doing promo.
Yeah, she's already retweeted it with Lady Gaga. Her and Gaga are together, but
she's doing a duet with Lady Gaga for the show.
Yeah. Well, she used to be a singer, Billie Piper. So yeah,
she did used to be a singer.
Yeah.
Russell was just like Russell when he goes to the next press event. Why did you want to bring Billie Piper back? Because we want to. Because we want to.
He should have said, you know what? I'm Russell T. Davis, and I do what you want. Go fuck yourself.
What was it?
I said that was an awful cheap joke, but it was a fucking brilliant one. Clap, clap, clap. I would say my vote for Doctor would be Bertie Carver. I've said it since Capaldi left. I think he's a brilliant actor, and he would give some gravitas to the role. Female role, I would say Michelle Cole. She was brilliant in Bubblegum, and she'd be brilliant Doctor.
I just saw someone say on Twitter that they should give the fucking Doctor's role to Andrew Lincoln.
Oh
Well,
god.
actually, my third role would be the Matrix Lord because I would love to see him as a Doctor.
Richard Gadd is an interesting
I don't think
choice,
so.
but
Thank you
he
for the-
looks a
thank you
little
for the
bit
suggestion.
too.
No, that ain't going to happen. Richard Gadd's not going to become the Doctor.
He looks a bit too homeless for me. Like, as if he's just stepped out of a dustbin.
Ashley,
He's
So-
he's a bit weirdo. No.
He's
So
a
I
bit
have
of
a
a weirdo
question.
as well.
Marty,
yes.
what is the odds? I mean, it's related but not related. When was the Blink sequel that Moffat wrote? Was that supposed to be in season 3?
I honestly don't know. Joe, I'm gonna be completely upfront and honest with you here now, right? I know you've heard this, but I'm gonna tell you now. I've mentioned this to people who occasionally know things and tell me things, and that has not been mentioned. It has been, yes, I know. Russell said to Stephen will write it. We know he said that, but there is none of the people I've spoken to said that there's actually
Repeat that one. Russell said he's going to write what?
a sequel to Blink.
That's never going to happen. They've done it already.
Yeah.
No, it's Sally Sparrow returning.
She said she'll never return because she hates the Whovians. They're weirdos.
She already returned for like a charity event for them. What are you talking about?
No, she did not return for a charity event.
Did she actually say
or something?
Whovians are weirdos? Carrie Mulligan?
No, she said Moffat offered her a part as a companion for originally the Clara role, like Sally Sparrow being the new companion, and she said she found it so like intimidating, so people like wanted to touch her and take pictures all the time. No.
Oh, I fucking love Carrie Mulligan. If any Whovian tried to touch her, I'd chop the hand off.
It's
Even Philip Hart.
Yeah. I would.
Marty, who is going to be? Is it going to be Russell T Davies that's going to announce it, or like Disney Plus? Like, in other words,
it'll be a joint announcement between the BBC Press Office and Disney Plus. That's what
not Russell at all.
Can we ask when we're expecting this?
I don't have a date, but I said in the comments when I dropped out, if I had to guess, I would say it'll be after the 28 days with the reality war, because they'll have all the consolidated figures for the series.
Which is exactly what date?
Which would be let me do my Maz. I'm very shit with numbers. You're talking roughly. You're talking it's a Saturday.
26th?
You're talking Monday, the 1st of July, maybe.
Oh,
The 1st of July?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh yes.
Why couldn't it be June? Why couldn't it be June 28th?
No, but seriously, Connor, stop sending me pictures of your penis. It's too much.
They'll announce
I just
it
wanted
during
you to rate how
week,
big it
I
was,
think.
Carl.
Doesn't matter.
Can't
No harm in
more
that.
fun.
They'll announce it during a week.
Comic Con is July, right?
Comic Con is July. That would be a good.
So they would announce it in Comic Con.
They
But
If
I
it's a
do
go.
Marvel's not announcing anything this year, nor is DC.
Well, there's a reason for that.
No, but I'm saying it's confirmed. They're not doing any like big panels, so
Well,
Well,
yeah,
they haven't
you know
really
why?
done a
Because
joint big panel anymore either.
if you've been keeping
No,
your ear around for the
DC and Marvel have never done a joint panel. But I'm saying they've both agreed they're not doing
No, I
one this
mean
year.
that they're not. For the past couple of years, they haven't really.
Marvel.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
In 2 months' time, Marvel are going to go into hiding because, from what I'm hearing, they've proper fucked Fantastic Four.
Yes, because Sue Richards is the leader. Silver Surfer's a female, and it's woke shit.
It's over.
And that one.
Over.
And the Human Torch is not a womanizer and not whatever. He respects women and he's a nice guy.
Oh dear. Honestly, that doesn't sound like the
No,
Fantastic Four.
you just complain that the Human Torch is not a womanizer.
Well, Human Torch used to be with tons of women.
He's not a
Like,
fucking rapist. What the fuck?
What? What? In the comics,
You can't say
the
stuff
Human
like that. That's just
Torch, Johnny Storm in the comics dated more women and went out with more women than anybody like in history. He was basically always hooking up with somebody. He even
Yeah.
slept with Doctor Doom's wife to be, like, and he got punished by Doctor Doom for it. So like, he doesn't give a shit.
I can't believe that they fucked Fantastic Four. They had one job.
They to
Well,
make
the
it
moment
better
they fucked, the moment
there's
they fucked
only one
Fantastic
film that's going
Four,
to dominate this year, and it's called Jurassic World Rebirth.
he made them kill Silver Surfer in the comics because he's in charge of Marvel Comics too, so that way he could push the female Silver Surfer, and that pissed everybody off immediately. Immediately. All these years the character's been around. You're going to kill him for a movie just to show that your
Joe, do you
character's
watch Jurassic
dominant?
World Rebirth?
What?
I said, well, do you watch Jurassic World Rebirth?
The new one coming out?
Yeah.
I didn't see it. It's not out yet.
No, I'm saying, will you see it when it comes out?
I still have to see the last one.
Oh, fuck you! Honestly, you're in for a treat. It's going to be so good.
The one that I saw with Toby Jones was fucking terrible.
No, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom was one of the best sequels. It was the best sequel ever.
Fucking terrible.
No, it wasn't. That
Yes, it
shows that shows you've never seen Classic Who.
Do you
We're talking about
like the look-
Jurassic Park, bro.
Do you like the look of
I know,
Superman?
bro, but it shows you've
Yeah.
not seen it, bro.
I like what?
Are you excited for Superman?
Yes and no.
I thought that the last trailer was good.
It was, but my okay. So maybe I'm old. I don't know, and you could tell me from you being the youth. Superman movie should be about Superman and not 50,000 superheroes and villains.
Oh, so like the inclusion of like Hawk Girl and all that sort of stuff you don't agree
The movie is called James Gunn the movie, and I'm showrunner of the DC universe. And basically, the movie has 50 Justice Leagues and 27 potential villains for over a span of 37 movies that I'm going to put in my one movie, so that way I could show you what's to come. But it's not a Superman movie.
with?
My dad has called it the
And
DC Universe.
I like my dog, so I'm going to implement that as Crypto and Superman because I like dogs.
My dad called it the DC Universe movie.
Now, also, I know that the real Whovians had altered our timeline by backing James Gunn and probably giving DC the idea to hire him when we said that they should hire him and Marvel should hire him back for Guardians 3. And yes, Marvel did hire him for Guardians 3. And yes, DC did hire him as their showrunner for movies like a Kevin Feige role. So I believe, yes, we are responsible for that. I don't care. And I don't know if that's a good thing technically because now there's 50 heroes in Superman, isn't there?
I mean,
Like,
I enjoyed Creature Commandos. I thought Creature Commandos was good. It got off to
I
a
love
good
James
start.
Gunn. Don't get me wrong. I want there to be a Superman movie with Superman, Lois, Lex, a villain. But if you throw all this stuff in there, it's a distraction
And he'll get
away
lost.
from Superman. It's
Yeah,
lost.
I understand that. Yeah.
Because how am I? Okay, how about this? Say, what's the word for a fan that's not like a regular fan of the comics, or whatever? They're just going into it first time.
A casual fan.
Casual fan. Okay, so if you're a casual fan, right, and you're going to go to a Superman movie, you have no idea about, Superman. You don't know Green Lantern. You don't know Hawk Girl. You don't know Mr. Terrific. You don't know any of these motherfuckers. And you don't even know Superman villains that have not appeared in a movie before. So you're going to go into this, you're going to get overwhelmed, and you're not going to know what the fuck is happening. Correct?
Yeah, yeah.
They're going to get blindsided. They're going to get blindsided. He's never been, it's one thing him doing a movie or two movies or planning it out for like Infinity War or be giving his take on it, right? But he's doing too much, right? And here's the kicker. He said that no movie's going to be approved until Superman is out, but he sort of sensed that something was wrong with the movie he's doing. So he kind of slipped it in there that Supergirl is being made even though Superman might flop, because that was like sort of the get out of jail free card that if Superman gets fucked up and Supergirl does good, he still has a job. So like,
Yeah.
My dad was a big DC Comics guy, and I was a big Marvel guy, and my dad was a huge Superman fan, and he took me to see everything Superman and, whatever, right? I loved Christopher Reeve. I loved Superman 1, but Superman 2 was my favorite, right? Of course, didn't like 3, didn't like 4. But again, Superman Returns, I loved it, but there was no villain. And once you established already that you had Superman fight a supervillain, to see him fight an ordinary human doesn't work ever. That's like them showing us Infinity War and Endgame, and you can never see the Avengers go after mobsters or street thugs people because the movie would bomb, because now you need a high tier villain because you just established that. So you have to constantly outdo yourself. Now with Superman, because shit bombed so fucking much lately, and whatever, you could establish, okay, the villain is one villain or two villains or whatever, and you don't need all this background noise, and it's too much. And then especially if you're going to try to do some twist or bullshit that somebody created a social media thing and people hate Superman, no one gives a fuck about that, right? Like James Gunn was on Twitter, he was fighting with people, right? That's what got him into trouble. That's what got him into fired. You don't need to put that in the storyline for your movie, your life. So leave that shit out of there and just do Superman as Superman. Don't do social media. Don't do, did you get the permission from the President of the United States, or did you get the permission from this foreign country? You don't need no fucking permission. He's motherfucking Superman. Don't start doing the Sokovia Accords, and that's what he's doing. He's doing the Sokovia Accords in Superman, and no one liked the Sokovia Accords with Marvel. Boring. It's stupid. Don't restrict the superhero from being a superhero, because then you take the fun out of the movie and we can't enjoy it. Let him fucking do what he's got to do, and everybody's like, oh, thank you, Superman, thank you. That's it. Don't be all political. Don't be all like he's a Republican, he's a Democrat. Don't be like whatever. He just goes in there and he saves people. That's it. Just like he said it to Lois Lane in an interview in the trailer. People were going to die. I'm fucking Superman. That's it. You don't need to fucking get permission to go in a foreign country. You just do it.
Will you
Superman.
Let Louis back in just real quick before you finish your answer?
What a bunch of cunts. I've been locked out here for about 12 years. I feel like Billy Piper in the fucking... not even the reality war. What's it called?
You won't get locked out, will you?
No, I wasn't dropped out. I was moved out because of my...
That's bullshit. I did not move you out.
I never... Chode, I never said you did. Why are you acting so guilty? I never said you did. It's Connor Farley. He hates homosexuals. He doesn't want them around. But no, I'm only joking. I'm teasing. I was enjoying the discussion, actually. I don't know. Doctor Who's fucked, I think, unfortunately. Doctor Who's fucked.
Well, it could be worse. Marvel could be writing for Doctor Who, like the comic books.
Mike D is the next Doctor. No, I'm just kidding.
Mike D is still going to get promotion because Mike D's just as relevant as my left testicle.
Jesus Christ! All right.
The right testicle.
I'm sorry. We got comments. I'm sorry.
Read the comments and we'll answer.
Alex
polluted turtle. Oh, polluted turtle. For me to explain Doctor Who in like 5 minutes is basically impossible. I can't. It's too much going on. I'll have to talk to you in private when I'm doing my gaming streams. It's a lot.
Pretty good. It started on an I and that's down into a fucking L show.
It's complicated, bro. Just like the Doctor being Billy Piper is complicated. All right. So in closing, the Real Whovians back 100 million%. Joe is going to guest host whenever he can. He's not working. So he's going to be a guest host, and I'm still the host, and I'm still.
I knew the minute you said you're going to quit, I knew it was bullshit. I knew you'd come back.
First of all, I did not.
Did come back. You came back straight away.
I was immediately upset when that happened. I was leaving, and everybody, like Michael Corleone's trying to relax in his mansion, and all these motherfuckers brought him back into the mafia, right? So I'm trying to relax in my house, and all these motherfuckers in the comments.
No one's involved in mafia. You like to show they did a decision you felt was wrong, and then you got pissed off about it, and you've gone back to it.
Sure.
That's brilliant, though. That just proves you're a proper Doctor Who fan. When people slag you off and go, or try and troll you, go,
you're not a real Doctor Who.
Exactly. You know Doctor Who more than anyone. Fuck them. Well done to you.
I had a meeting with fucking the guy from China trying to fucking get the missing episodes. What are you kidding me? Stop.
All right, calm down. Calm down.
I'm still gonna get one day. Still gonna get one.
What, Chinese?
I'm still gonna. It's on the bucket list. I want to find the missing episode of Doctor
Who. Well, it's not over yet. Come on.
Well, it's all right. The missing episode that he'll find, Louis, the one that he stars in.
We still have to ghost hunt, right? You got equipment already. We got to do that one day.
Raymond, don't worry. I'm in many missing episodes. Don't worry. But no, thank you, Joe, for letting us on the episode.
That'd be an interesting episode before we go the Doctor doing a fucking paranormal investigation.
You mad? You know what? That's a good fucking idea. But like, no.
That would be a cool one.
Have any of you boys read The Writer's Tale before? Russell Davis' original guy.
No.
His original plan for Series 3 episode. For Series 3, it was episode. Instead of Blink, it was going to be a thing called. We've got a show in the UK called Most Haunted.
Oh,
and it's going to be. And it was like a ghost haunting story. It's Martha Jones' family and her family watching the Doctor do an investigation with ghosts, and the Black Widow blows up and stuff. Got rescheduled into episode 10 of season 4, which was Midnight. But he was like, I'm going to write Midnight, and if I can write it by the weekend, I'll let the script go. And then that happened. So it was originally going to be Donna. It was originally Martha, then it's going to be Donna. But yeah. So
that episode, they were going to do they even did that episode with the Warners, and the daughter was from the future, and with the scary one, which I only was calling Matt Smith, right? What was that? Hyde. Yeah. They always hinted they were going to do something like that, but then it never manifested that it was a really truly good, scary, paranormal. We never really had a good, scary, paranormal thing.
Yeah, and then we had that fucking silly one, like before the flood and all that, with like the ghosts and.
To be fair, I like Before the Flood. Under Light Before the Flood. I thought that was one of Capaldi's best episodes.
The Fisher King, though.
I honestly think they need to do something with Unit. More. Like, Unit needs to have more of a presence. Not necessarily a big scale finale. But I think
the show too much.
No, but they need to be in an episode that's just not a Dr. Light episode, but like the Doctor just helping them like in the middle of the season, which is a regular thing, not like Omega coming back with a Ronnie or like whatever. Just like a fucking.
I kind of think. Oh, sorry, Race. You go on.
I was just gonna say, or they could do it like have them phone up the Doctor or whatever, and go, Kate's been kidnapped by such and such. Can you go and help her?
Like I kind of
My-
love the days of John Pertwee and him helping a unit, and just like a story with just him with unit, the brigadier, like, and I
It
just
needs
kind
to
of
be a
want that.
two-part story. No, I agree with you. It should be a two-part story every now and then,
Yeah.
but not a finale. Not a finale. Every now and then have a
Don't make
finale.
it too
but
big.
not-
Yeah, don't make it too big.
If you're going to make it big, do what they did in this special where they're going, "Brrr, all wars out.
Well, they
But-
could do a one episode, right? Something
Empire
happens,
Death is awful.
right?
They
One
did nothing. They just died.
They just only use unit as like an opener or closer, big story arcs. It's not. Let's do a regular motherfucking episode with unit where the stakes doesn't have to be the end of the universe. Just do like they're trying to catch a fucking alien or they're trying to catch a murderer or some shit and they need a doctor's help.
Well, maybe when we get Jenna Coleman back, she might be bring that TARDIS with a shielder.
I just
Then we can,
want them to do like unit stories.
Yeah.
Like I just
Yeah. Because that still needs to be resolved, though, doesn't it?
Well, I don't even know if like they had doctors show up in the memory TARDIS. What the fuck was that? So like, could you just put Peter Davison in an episode with Unit and he's with Teague and Javanka and the Mara is back? Like, just do that. Why is there rules, right? You know what the biggest problem we had with Doctor in the past is that Russell T Davies established the rule and Moffat established the rule. The Doctor never looks back, right? Then Chibnall establishes the rule. Fuck that. I'm showrunner. The Doctor looks back. The Doctor looks forward. The Doctor looks sideways. Companions return from every avenue, every time, all the time. And then they
But
adopted that philosophy. What?
No, I disagree to an extent. Sorry. I don't think that's Chibnall's fault. RTD did that all the time. Look at his original era. He brought back Gwen, even though it's a DNA
That
from.
was because he was doing a grand
He brought back
multi-story.
all right, then he brought back Rose, Martha, Jackie, Mickey, Sarah Jane, Rose.
That was to do with the finale or something, not regularly.
No, but you can't say one thing and not say the other. I don't think it's all Chibnall's fault.
No, I didn't say it was Chibnall's fault. I said that Russell. They mostly didn't bring people back on Moffat. They fucking never want to look back with something. So in other words, you would never have Yaz show up with Unit now because the 13th Doctor's not there.
I think Moffat, the original Moffat era, brought back everyone more than any other
No,
era.
what I'm saying is, why can't Yaz just be a member of Unit without the Doctor being there, like Jodie? Why can't we just have old members?
No, but Yaz wasn't. But what do you mean? Because Yaz wasn't brought back? Or are you saying you want Yaz brought back?
I'm saying she
No, I
wasn't
know.
brought back.
I'm not.
Why can't she
Joe, I'm
come
not
back?
gonna
Like,
go
why can't we just
Okay,
have
I'm
people
not
come
gonna go
back?
you.
No, I know. But why can't we just have people come back without there having to be a storyline by it? Why can't
No,
these
I
people
agree.
were so
I
affected
agree.
by the Doctor's lives that this is what they do in their spare time?
And this is what's
So
annoying. They set it all up. They set it all up for them all to come back, the companion group.
But no, what I'm trying to say is like, why does it have to be a reason for Martha Jones to appear in Unit as a story arc? Why can't Martha Jones just be in Unit and then the Doctor bumps into the hi Martha Jones? Like, why does it have to be related to this is why she's back? You're treating a TV show like a TV show, and people are aware of that. Just do a regular flowing thing.
I'm getting very pissed off now with the lack of Martha Jones.
Yeah.
Even when what's the name turned up on in Unit, Mel. There's a reason behind why Mel joined Unit.
You have an opportunity where the 14th Doctor exists, and Conrad leaked his address, right? But now that universe is gone. Okay, but you could have Martha Jones as a member of Unit, knowing that David Tennant's Doctor is there, show up at his house, and then do an adventure. Literally, you could do a David Tennant special for Christmas where David Tennant tries to save Astrid Perth and does because Kylie Minogue is available and she wanted to come back to Doctor Who, and you could do
Can
a
I
sequel.
say one thing?
Yes.
Relevant to what you just said. Do you know I'm going tomorrow evening?
Going to see Kylie Minogue?
Yeah.
bastard. No, I'm just kidding. That's yeah.
Do you know I'm gonna scream?
You're lucky.
Do you know? Do you know I'm gonna scream?
What?
Doctor Who.
Whovians cast.
Yeah.
Of course, now I'll record it.
All right.
I thought you were going to say Astrid.
No,
I
but
love
I know everyone says like I'm a whatever, but this is now 2025. 11 years since I joined the community in July. It will be. So I'm 10 years and a bit before I joined this community, and I'm forever grateful for it because it's given me some great friends, and I'm sad that when I did join, it was like a Who war, but
Oh yeah, you were kind of well when you appeared. Wasn't it the Night of the Thousand Claras or some shit? What was the thing you appeared your first?
Yeah, I was I don't know the number, but it was called the Real Whovians cast, None Other Than Clara's, and Matt Edwards caused an argument with you. I just remember going, Tom Baker, submersion erections on dick. And you were like going, oh my God, stop it. And I was like, and I was like a 13-year-old boy being like, oh, I don't want to get him. And I felt so bad. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And look how far I've come. I'm just happy. Like, it's been an honor.
So what would you be if you never did podcasts about Doctor Who and you never met Oldie? How many people did you meet? Like as friends? Like you wouldn't be friends with these people if it wasn't to be.
I wouldn't be friends with my best friend's Jack, who I speak to all the time. I said to you before, Joe, when he didn't speak to me for a couple of weeks.
No, I genuinely believe you. Yeah.
No, I'm really pissed off with accusations. I'm not having a go at you, but I'm saying certain people saying I made that because I promise you on my life I did not make that.
I don't think it was you. I kind of have an idea, but
I sat up all night Googling what I was told on the phone. I know who it is. It's George back, but
well, I reached out to James Spivey, like also to do with it, like
it was not James Spivey.
No, I didn't say it was. I said I was talking to him about.
No, I'm saying it's no fucking that cunt. I know.
When you told me, like I genuinely believed you 100%, and I wanted to try to help you to find the kid. All right, you guys are not kids. I still call you kids.
Joe, why would I lie to you?
No, I said I genuinely believed you, and I tried to look up and try to find a way to find him.
No, as did I.
And then you told me that he died, and then I'm like miserable about it because I felt,
I got a phone call from an Irish person, which turns out to be George back because he's Irish. And then I was like, put the phone down. And then I got another phone call from someone else saying, oh, it's all fake. It was Jack on someone else's phone. And I was like, right, okay. The first thing I did was like, I'm going to message Matrix Lord because I'm not going to be a twat and be like, oh, keep up your video saying that he's dead because it'd make you look awful. Do you know what I mean?
No, you were worried about me.
Yeah,
I was miserable. I was genuinely hurt, upset, and just wanted to say how much he was loved, really. And
he is loved.
No, he is. But I can't from the heart. I made a video.
I think I'm more happy. I would rather go through all that embarrassment of being like, "Oh my god, he was dead," because he's alive.
No, I'm happy he's alive. And again, I may have been mad when it first happened because I felt kind of manipulated. I didn't say it was you, but I just, here's the thing. Now I have to ask you a question.
No. Just listen. Just say one. I'll say one thing, and I'll shut up and I'll let you speak. I'm just really sorry if you did get manipulated into thinking that I did do that because I promise you on my life I would never do that.
Let me ask you, I have to ask you a question based on that, though.
Never lie about death and life.
I have to, because again, people don't share the same morals that we have, and
no, go on.
I have to ask you a question. It's very serious, though. Now I know, I'm very proud to be the leader of the Real Whovians, and I hold you guys in the highest regard. And I always, if people are going to attack, I'd rather people attack me and not you. And I've always been overprotective of my group. like you're my kids, but you're not, right? But like I just feel, I'm trying to be a good person. I'm trying to be a good leader. So I have to ask you because I know like some of you guys got mad at me because when Noel did the diss tracks on the Real Whovians, you guys wanted to let him have it because you guys are the Real Whovians. I created the name, but you guys became what the Real Whovians were, and you were offended, and you said you had the right to tell him off. How dare you try to disrespect us? And I stepped in, and I didn't want anybody doing that until that rule was broken, where a member of the Tartar Zone attacked Marty, and then Scott, who's like basically my right hand, said fuck this, and he went right after Noel, right? So I have to ask you, did the Tartar Zone see you and Jack as enemies because on Prime you mentioned them?
Oh. To be continued.
Well,
to be continued, folks.
That answers that question. Shit.
I don't know what the fuck happened there.
I have no idea.
I think Kylie's coming to his house.
Oh God! Don't say that. That'd be like mobster movies where he's going to go. I don't know what just the fuck happened. Where did he go?
Reality glitch.
God. All right. So anyway, yeah, the Real Whovians are back. I have to say though, I guess because I've been doing all this Doctor Who stuff, I've been slipping gaming wise. That is apparent. There is gonna be hell to pay for me, and I probably will get off this cast and find out I lost my ranking. But I'm well aware of.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. At least there's one thing though. At least now you don't have Doctor Who Saturdays to like look forward to where you can go. Well, I can focus on gaming.
Well, I look, I did it to myself if I lost my ranking. Hold up. Hold on.
What? Welcome
Hello?
back, Louis.
Sorry, I got kicked out then. Not by anyone hitting this cast, it's just the internet. Joe,
we were
please.
hang on. I don't know if Joe's there or he's on the phone or he just said hang on a minute.
Oh, Joe's gone.
Oh.
So Raymond, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Louis?
I'm good, thank you, mate.
Good.
Who's your favourite Doctor in the last 5 years?
In the last 5? Let's go. It's easy. That's Capaldi for me. Then it's Capaldi, then Jodie.
No, Capaldi's not in the 5 year last year's, mate. He was 8 years ago.
Yeah, but I'm just saying Capaldi, and then
Jodie turned 20.
I'm not classing David. He's boring, but I don't class him as a Doctor. But I know we already went around that circle again, didn't we? So that's what I'm saying. It.
How's Mike D?
We ain't spoken. None of us have spoken to him.
Oh God. So, what do you think of the Mrs. Flood twist?
No, we knew it was coming. It had to be Lorani, didn't it, or someone like that? Because she teased Lorani with that white jacket, didn't she?
True.
And all that, and you had a feeling that it was someone connected to the Doctor. I saw some people say it was Romana and all that, but I'm like, that's not Romana.
Sorry.
Right. I think Joe's Wi-Fi's gone on him.
What do you think about Mrs. Flood?
No, I think we're going to get a regeneration from her soon because I don't think Anita is going to be able to keep up with like the antics much longer. You know. No, I think we're going to get another regeneration with her if we do get Lavani back again. You know. But again, I don't know. It took this long for her to appear again, so I don't know. It might take another 50 years.
What are you thinking about the next Dr. Billy Piper?
I'm not really looking forward to her, but because I don't know what she is. Because like we said, she ain't been introduced as a doctor, is she? So it's good. We don't know if she's bad wolf at the moment, or whether it's just like a thing where, you know. But it's gonna be kind of funny that this is our
I'm sorry.
It's all right,
Sorry,
Joe.
guys. That was Joe and that was Sharon. So I was asking you a question before you got kicked out.
Yeah, his Wi-Fi went.
Do you think?
No,
do you think,
it was Joe, wasn't you? Go on.
I was asking if, because you mentioned on Prime U that no one after you because that.
Sorry, say it again.
I said because you mentioned no on Prime U and he watched it probably. Is that why he went after you?
No, he's been going after me for about 10 years now.
No?
Yep.
Tartazone.
I told you, and I sent you. If you go on your Instagram, I know you don't look at my Instagram.
No. You don't want to understand. You're not listening to my videos. Because I don't have a new iPhone. Wait. Because I don't have a new iPhone. Every time I do like this, like a video, I don't have memory, so I have to constantly delete Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. And for some reason, I forget to put Instagram back on there.
It doesn't matter. All I'm saying is Instagram. Go on it. George Back is he's the one that's doing all the fucking shit. I sent you a link of George Back on your cast.
Okay.
When it was you and him on your cast, he's the one doing all this fucking shit. He's on working with Noel. They're the one that hacked Jack's phone, and they're the one that's getting fucking reported to the police. So again, I can't talk too much about it. But
why would Noel's getting busy with you for 10 years because of George Back?
No, not for 10 years. But they were the one that said Jack was dead. They were the one that hacked his phone and did
so you're
that.
taking care of it legally. Everybody's taking care of it legally.
Jack is.
Okay, good. Put the son of a bitch in jail.
I'm fuming.
Put him in jail.
They're fucking scum.
They are.
It's George Back doing that.
Don't say anything else. Don't say anything else. Because I want that case.
Do you know what I said earlier? I said I'm not going to get involved because it's a legal case.
Right.
It's a live legal case. I'm not getting involved, but please, don't get involved with them. They're horrible people.
Who? Not getting.
No one, George. But you can't remember George. But I've sent you the link so you can see it.
I don't know what I could have done to the person where they would generate hatred for fucking so many years that they would want to destroy me if I don't even remember them. If I don't even remember them, what the hell did I do to them that's hurt them?
No.
It's impossible. Because I don't remember like this person he was an enemy or anything.
Joe, I'm not saying anything wrong. I'm saying they're all like nut jobby.
Okay. I have to get out of here now. But I just want to say that going forward, because I don't. The sad part is that unfortunately, as much as we love Doctor Who and we may like or not like things that are going on, there are such evil people in this world that are trolling and attacking, and they will push people to try to hurt people, to try to get people thrown off the internet, to get people to do something harm to themselves. And I've always been against bullies like that. And the sad part is to, I'm so happy that like my kids wanted to get involved in my stuff and, be the host of stuff. And I just tried to promote their channels, but not realizing that, they really don't want to deal with this shit. They don't want to deal with these people going to their channels and trolling them and all that. That's not fair. So that's why like Joe will just guest host, and he's not going to be the host, and I'll be in charge of my podcast because you can't keep nothing nice. You can't like people are so much loyalist to my enemy. Tartar Zone that all hours of the hours they try to attack me and my channel and my family members.
I agree, Cam. Look what my friend Cam put.
What?
Horrible people.
Yeah, I agree with what Cam just said in the chat, my friend.
I'm joyous that my kids are getting involved in it, my family's getting involved in it, and then there's the downside to people just being nasty motherfuckers. But if you remember when they were kids, I kept them sheltered from everything.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like fuck them all.
Well, when they were kids, I kept them away from all this because I didn't want any of this. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? I don't want them hurt. Now they're adults.
No, you're saying fuck off to your kids. I'm saying people now that are being
but now
aggressive.
My kids are adults. Like Joe is like Anthony's going to be 25 and Joe's going to be 27, and like they have their lives. They're gamers, they're streamers, and they don't care about having a million subscribers. They're used to their own thing. Right. And when Joe took over, I'm like, and it's the sad side of it that people would go and troll and attack, and I don't want that for them. So again, and they don't want that. So I'm still the host. There you go.
He's back after one episode. He's back.
He's had his regeneration moment.
Yeah, never left, I guess. All right. And I started blocking all the Tartar Zone people trolling on my channel, by the way, because they did that all long.
If you want to come, ignore Matrix Lord, ignore Ray. If you want to come for me, you've already taken too much from me, George, back. Come to my actual channel, come to me and speak to me in person because you're a coward. You're coward about so much shit. Fuck off. And hiding behind your little tower of fucking Neptunism. Fuck off.
Yeah, and if there's no attacking my group because Louis is a member and Jack's a member and everybody's still members. It doesn't matter.
Fake my death, fake anyone, but how
like
dare you? How dare you fake my death? That's so disgusting. That's awful.
You're attacking my group. This is
you don't fake people's deaths.
It just shows you how far people will go to.
You're talking groups versus groups. This is getting to be out of hand now.
No, that's what I
before it was just Matrix. Before it was just no going after Matrix Lord. Then it's Scottish Davros attacking Marty, innocent, to which he apologized. But then Scott went after Noel because he's like, that's fucked up. And then it's just ridiculous. Now.
It just shows you how low people will go just to get ahead, doesn't it?
That dude's off the air now. Like, shut up and do your thing. Like, everybody do your thing.
But with respect, like, you do your thing. Do your thing. How dare you bring people's disabilities and other things into it and like illnesses? Like, stop it.
People are fucking lowlives. That's why these cocksuckers trolls are lowlives. They are, and why would this person like for 24 hours, every hour on the hour, a Tartar Zone fan, dude? Go get a life, and you're going to be commenting, and then your buddy, and your buddy.
No, but I told you, George Back was doing this whole thing. It's all, like, literally, I have to say, it's been revealed. Like, he's admitted it on his socials. Like, he's been a cunt. Sorry, I don't mean to say cunt on your...
Is this really whatever, Jack?
But... No, not Jack. Please listen to what I'm saying.
Listen, Jack's in the lobby. I said, is that Jack?
Oh, if that is Jack, then add him in.
But how did he get the link?
Oh, I sent Jack a link.
Is it really Jack or is it a troll?
No, if it is a troll, then
Hello.
I'll leave.
Hello, everyone.
You're alive.
It's James.
It's James.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Wait, what? What's wrong? Oh, my name. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. This account.
You trolling
No. Apologise, because we all thought you were fucking dead.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. This account has Jack McCulloch on it. It's had that name for like 2. It's had that name for 2 years. I genuinely didn't know. I'm so sorry.
Jesus Christ. Oops, I was trolling and I forgot to change my name. Nah.
No. But
You, James.
as actually James is here, can you agree with me? It's not anyone else, but apart from George Back and that scumbag.
George Back. Oh, the Irish guy and Noel. Yeah, those two are in cahoots. Yeah.
Thank you. And they tried to pay you off, didn't they?
What?
Yeah, but there's no point paying me off. I'm rich, aren't I?
Yeah, they tried to pay James off to troll you.
Yeah.
They tried to pay you to troll me?
Yeah. People always try and ask me to troll and like offer me services, but I do it when I want to. I don't get paid. I'll just tell them no.
If you guys your question, if you're the master troll from back in the day, right? And you're the expert on trolling on everything, and we've had our differences over the years, right? Then how could this happen where they're trolling and you can't stop them and you can't like know what they're doing? Like if you're the expert of trolling, wouldn't you be able to put a stop to that nonsense?
I can't stop them making accounts. I control them. I've just been very sick for the past. Louis will confirm I've not been well.
Yeah, well, the last time we spoke, you said you weren't well.
It's a major heart surgery.
Feel better.
Yeah, and wait a minute. Holy smokes, is that Raymond?
Yes.
Oh, damn, you're looking handsome today, Raymond. I like the beard. It's looking good. Has he become like a famous YouTuber or something? It looks like his setup is pretty intense.
He's got the Paranormal Ripples is his show with the doing all mysteries of the universe, Bermuda Triangle, ghosts, Loch Ness Monster. So he's actually got more subscribers than we do. He's very successful.
We're among royalty here.
Yeah. All right. So I look, I don't condone trolling. I'm just saying, like, people need to stop and just get. Long story short, we're gonna end this cast. What?
No one in this group I'm saying is trolling.
No,
Come on.
one's trolling. I'm talking about Noel and his group needs to
You're
stop
getting
trolling. But,
Yeah,
what?
but you have to understand, Joe. No, but please listen to what I'm saying. I've told you for the last month or about 4-6 months that no one was trolling you via that cunt of a person, and you didn't listen. So I'm just saying, like, I can only help you so much. Like, please, George Back is destroying your channel. James, am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, he's right. Yeah.
What has he done to my channel my channel is doing better than it's ever been? So what is he possibly doing that's hurting my channel?
Oh, who caused that fucking Whovian tube war?
Which one? With Noel?
Yeah, he's in league with Noel. They're both Irish. Oh my god.
All right.
I'm not trying to be horrible, but
No, on that note, I don't mean to cut this short, but like I have to go because I haven't eaten in a while and my blood sugar is getting a little low. So
yeah, please
before I pass out, yeah, I'm sorry. I was it just happened. So
I joined at the end of it.
Yeah, I'm not used to doing podcasts for hours. But again, thank God I lasted this long. But thank you so much.
But it was a good podcast. It was a good podcast.
Thank you, Louis. Thank you, James. Thank you, Ray.
No worries.
Thank you, everybody.
Love you, Ray.
Everyone.
Take care. Bye for now.
Everyone.
Great.